Hey from Discord, everyone. What's up? What's up, Timothy? What's up, Dylan? What's up, Courtney? What's up, Kimmy? When is the collab with whatever podcast? They actually canceled on us, and they're literally not like scheduling the debate for like Wild Dean's here, and they're like, oh, we'll have to schedule for another time when Andrew Wilson is here. It's like, bro, what? Come on, that's so whack. But yeah, tap that screen, everyone. Let's run it up to 100,000 likes. Share the live, everyone. You already know the deal. They're fucking. Just like crazy. It's insane. But yeah, only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. Do you do the IRL debates? No, I just showed Dean around LA. That's really it. We did just start the live. We haven't gotten people in just yet, but we will get some people up here in a second. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. Do tap that screen. Let's run it up to 150,000 likes, everyone. But let's get the first person up here. Please only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 20. Thank you for the festival. Thank you so much. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. Are you going to vote for Trump in 2024?
I really haven't decided yet, but I'm 64.
Yeah. So you're not going to vote for Trump in 2024? What's up, Pete?
Well, he's done a lot.
Yeah. What do you think that
Right?
he's done that is good, that would be beneficial
Okay.
comparative to Biden?
All right. He's he did he did he see he did a lot of stuff.
Like what?
He golfed a lot.
That's not very good stuff, right? He spent $35 million a year of taxpayer money golfing at his own businesses. That sounds like doing a lot of stuff.
He entertained us a lot.
Come on, bro. Are you serious, Jim?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why does he have to be president of the United States to do that? Can't you be entertained of Trump in your own corner outside of the context of the presidency?
Oh. All right. What about this is a big one he did. He did oh what was that thing he did? Oh, that's right. He didn't do shit, did he?
Oh, you
He
don't
really
like him,
didn't
do
do
you?
shit.
He didn't
He
do
didn't do
anything. Yeah.
shit. He didn't do shit.
Nicole, thank you for the subscription. Thank you so much.
To help the American people, what did he do? Oh, nothing. Oh,
Yeah.
wait. He did do something. He divided us.
Okay, Jim, I appreciate you coming up, man.
All right.
Thank you so much, Jim. Have a good day,
All right.
man.
Later.
Peace out. Peace out.
Yo,
What's up?
yo, what do you think about the TikTok ban?
I don't think it's going to get through the courts.
You don't think so? Man, I hope not.
I don't think so because they're treating TikTok differently than other types of businesses. So that would be under free speech. I appreciate the wind force. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Ronnie. I heard that they have to justify that it's like, it's been a minute since I heard this, but that this is the least excessive form to be able to deal with privacy concerns and data concerns.
Well, I know they tried to like put it with a bunch of other documents to get it rushed, to get approved. I don't know exactly,
Yeah, it just got thrown with the other stuff. So it can get challenged, like that particular aspect of it, right, by the courts, like within the next year. So I would expect that to occur.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's the only thing I would base it on. Otherwise, this is a ban. Like this is not like they can sell this. This is a total ban, right? I'm pretty sure Chinese investors in the company have made it clear that they can't sell.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna sell.
Yeah,
Crazy
which is
stuff.
really unfortunate, especially for a lot of people here in the U.S. A lot of small businesses. Well, I mean, obviously me included. I think that's all secondary, but like, it's a crazy bill because I mean, I think
It would
this
affect
is
all of
a
us,
major
dude.
way that young people communicate. So I don't know where people are going to go, but I would guess
It's a lot.
YouTube.
I think it's censorship. A lot of it's censorship.
Yeah, I mean, granted, TikTok does that on their own a lot. So.
Yeah, exactly. But I think the USA is kind of stepping in. I don't know. I've seen a lot of. I don't know if they're conspiracies, but like, just power hungry people in the United States that don't like that TikTok is making all this money and taking away from, I guess.
Yeah,
the
like a
other
TikTok
companies.
ban would benefit Meta. It would benefit Google.
Exactly. That's kind of where I was
For
going
sure.
with it. Yeah.
Yeah, like it would benefit like American business. So yeah, I do think it's a bit ridiculous, and it comes at the expense of like us being able to communicate because there's no other algorithm like TikTok.
Exactly. TikTok is by far superior.
Yeah, like especially for like random news stories or like holding people accountable, right? The algorithm is unlike any other. So
Exactly. That's the crappy part. So let's just hope, man, because there's a lot of good stuff that does happen on TikTok, and I just don't like the censorship.
yeah, I absolutely agree.
Okay, but I'll,
right, man.
I'll watch you.
For sure. Appreciate you coming on, man.
Of course, dude. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. All right. Let's go to the next person, everyone. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024. Kai, thank you so much for the hand tower. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's good to see you. Tap that screen, everyone. Let's run it up to 150,000 likes, everyone. And let's see if it accepts this person. If not, we will try to get on to the next person real quick, y'all. Hopefully we can get some people up here real quick, everyone. Yo,
Hello?
how old are you?
Oh, I'm 18.
For sure. What's your birth year?
Oh, my birthday is in 2004. Anyways,
2004? All right, you'd be 19, man.
man,
Man, my math is terrible. That's so common. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Hello? Okay, all right, we're going to go to the next person. Everyone, do give it a second for people to join up, y'all. Okay, it's not accepting this person. Let me try the next. Seems like we do have a lack of guests, everyone. Do give it a second for people to get up here.
Hello.
Yo, what's up? How
I've
old
been
are you?
on this 18. We've been on live before together.
Have we talked about this topic?
I think it was a different topic actually.
Sure. So why will you vote for Trump in 2024? And Bree, thank you for the $16.66. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. W Bree in the chat,
I will
everyone.
vote for Trump in
W. Bree.
2024 because he's just the king. Like, do you
A king?
see
What is that
he
supposed to mean?
does? Like, he's just the king. I don't know how to explain it.
What do you mean by that?
Like, his policies, I disagree with 100%. That's what I mean.
You disagree with 100% of his policies.
I agree with
Appreciate the
his
hand drive. Thank you so much.
policies.
Oh, you agree with them? Name one policy that you like that benefited the middle class that he passed.
One policy that I like is building up the wall. That's
Building up the wall. Okay. So, Anna, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. And Texter, I appreciate the confetti. Thank you. So, what do you like about the wall?
Wait, Parker, can I ask you a question though?
Sure. Appreciate the ICU. Thank you so much.
Do you know that person QP?
Yeah, he's a crazy individual.
Yeah, I was on live with him yesterday, and he's kind of creepy.
Yeah, I would recommend to block them and never engage with them.
Yeah, they said they would talk to someone, like if they found out they weren't 18 after they were lying, like if they lied about their age and they found out they were 14, he said he would still talking to him.
Yeah,
Still
it's
talk to
gross.
them.
It's gross that TikTok bans people like me and people like that are still able to have platforms. Appreciate the paper crane. Thank you so much. It's actually disgusting.
My
But yeah.
bad for chewing, but
Corky,
yeah,
thank you for the subscription. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
But yeah, Trump is the guy. Why do you like Biden? He didn't do anything.
Well, he's not a proven sexual abuser. He's not a proven fraudster. He hasn't been lying about the election for the past few years with no evidence to indicate that he won.
What if
right.
Trump just wanted
Those are
to
pretty
like,
basic means. What's up?
You okay? Besides the point about the first thing you said, and he likes to cheat and steal. Like, don't we all? Like, what if he just wanted? What if he was just in his bad arc? Like, what if he just wanted to be a bad boy, like a bad kid? You know what I mean?
Fan, thank you for the galaxy. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You know what I?
No. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18.
Yeah. Are you going to vote for Trump in 2024?
Yes, sir.
And why is that?
Well, I'm voting for him. I don't know. It's just, he just has such pretty eyes, you know? And, you know, every time I just look at him, it's just like, damn, like, I just wish.
It's that point of the day, everyone. Just give it a second for people to get up here. Yeah, I am debating Mike about veganism. I think that's like Wednesday. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? There's no way you fell asleep this quick. I've been on live for 10 minutes. You did not send a guest request and fall asleep that quickly, bro. That's cap. There's no way. I don't believe it, dude. I don't believe it.
Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, will you vote for Trump in 2024?
I vote for Trump because he's a stand-up guy. That's why, he like the best for us than Joe Biden. So that's why, like, he not no harm to us. Like, he want the best for us. So yeah, y'all need to vote for Donald Trump. Yeah, said what I said.
Why?
I can't hear you.
Can you
I
name
can't
one
hear y'all,
policy
but
that
that's why
you
I vote
like
for
that
him.
Donald Trump influenced to get passed that benefit the middle class?
Yeah, y'all. Happy 420 though, y'all. Smoke y'all gas. Yeah, bye, y'all.
Yo, honestly, W's in the chat. Can we get some W's in the chat? Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. Next person, everyone. Yeah. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Me?
Yeah. You seem
Oh,
old
I'm
enough.
15.
Are you going to vote for Trump in 2024?
Absolutely. Yes.
And why is that?
Why not?
Well, he's a proven sexual abuser, proven fraud.
No, it's not proven.
Denying the election for. Well,
No,
he
it's
was
not
held
proven.
liable
There's nothing
for
proven.
sexual abuse by a jury of
There's
his
nothing
peers,
proven.
which is proven
Parker,
given preponderance
Parker.
of the evidence.
Dean, there's nothing proven.
Dean?
Yeah, Parker and Dean.
Dean's not even here.
Yeah, you guys were like little buddies. Okay. Yeah, you are.
Really?
Right? Yeah, really. You are. You know you are.
How are we?
Well, you guys do your little lives together. Oh, I just heard, here we go. Yeah, look at that. Deanie boy. Deanie and Beanie. Love you guys. See?
I don't even know, bro. What are you saying, bro?
What? What are you saying, bro? What do you mean? What are you talking about? I don't get it.
Sean.
Do you know
Hey, Dean.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he's like delusional.
I can already tell.
Wait, Sean. Did
Yep.
I debate you, and then did you get really mad because people were sending me $6.66 on Venmo?
No, I didn't. No, I don't send you guys money at all.
Okay, well, you just didn't understand my question. I asked if I was debating you, and you got mad when other people were sending me $6.66 on Venmo.
No, I don't. I don't even know what Venmo is.
He doesn't know what Venmo is? What?
Bye, Sean.
See you, Deanie.
So, like, what's the issue?
What? I don't know. You tell me. You're upset because people vote for Trump.
Yeah, like, I think it's pretty clear that I don't think we should like sexual abusers. You know, more
There's no
likely than
proof.
not, he's a sexual abuser.
No proof.
What do you mean there's no proof?
Where's the proof?
Well, he was passed through the context of a civil court, or he was held liable by a jury, right? You know how jury selection
That's
process.
called a settlement.
No, it wasn't a settlement.
No.
No, settlements happened before the case,
You're
not after. Like, he was literally forced by the court to pay this money.
He was forced by the court, right? He was forced by the court to pay the money. That doesn't mean he's guilty. That happens every day.
guilty in a civil
It's called a settlement.
Really? Have you been held liable for sexual abuse, Sean? It happens every day. Really?
No, I have. No, I have never been. No, it
Yeah,
happens. every
I would
day.
hope, man. I would hope, Sean. Right?
Parker.
I don't think
please.
it's so commonplace. I've never met someone in my
Parker,
life.
You're such a little boy. You're all of what, 22, 23 years old?
Actually, never mind. I have met people, like people on TikTok. I'm just.
You're just such a little boy. You have no clue at
Sydney,
all.
thank you for the $4.20.
about the life.
Yeah, that's
About
a W.
life.
That's so W. And Hadley, thank you for the $6.66. Thank you. And Sean, what made you so mad today, man?
Oh, I'm not mad. No, dude, I've been working on my RV. My grandchildren are here. We've been watching movies. I get a little bit tired of watching kids' movies, by the way.
Yeah, you're a little bit on edge, man.
Well, you are too. That's why you're on here.
I don't think I'm on edge.
Because you want to convince everybody
I'm
not
pretty chill today, dude. Today's gonna be a chill day, right? That's just how it works on today, right?
Dude.
Because
Parker.
you're supposed to be relaxed on this day, if you know what I mean.
You're such a pathetic little boy.
How am I pathetic?
Are you still shitting yellow?
What does that even mean, bro?
What's that even mean, bro? See, you're slow.
Appreciate the hat and mustache. Thank you so much.
That looks stupid. What's that even mean, bro? I'm not your bro. Okay.
That's just, it's honestly just a figure of
I'm your
speech. Obviously,
colleague.
you're not my bro.
I'm your colleague.
No, not even a colleague, right?
Well, see that now that's offensive. I take great offense to that.
What
That's
does it mean to
hurtful.
be a colleague?
Well,
Isn't like a colleague like someone you work with?
Well, you
Sean,
just
I'm
said
not working
bro.
with you.
What's a bro?
But that's how I talk, bro.
Well, a colleague. That's how I talk.
Bro. Come on, I think saying bro is legitimate in this context, man.
Well, I think saying colleague is legitimate.
Saying
Exchange
what?
of ideas.
Saying what?
I said I think saying colleague is legitimate. Exchange of ideas.
Sure. You're a colleague, man.
Yeah.
Jacob, thank you for the $4.20. Thank you so much. This is
Thanks,
just not how I'm
Jacob.
using the term.
Appreciate it. Thanks,
Yeah,
Jacob.
W420. Appreciate the confetti. Thank you so much. I don't know how what made you go on edge? Is it the lead? Right, the asbestos, what is it?
Oh shoot! Let's see. Silfloss, 15% silver, 55% silver, brazing, lead. I don't know, arsenic. I don't know. What's your problem? I mean, why are you so? What's up? What's the problem, Parker?
There's no problem. I'm just waiting for you to give me an actual argument as to why you're going to vote for Trump.
Oh, I don't need to give you an argument.
You don't. So you just don't care about women's rights. You don't care about people's access to basic amenities. Right. You don't care about basic things. Right. That people need. Oh, there's the harassment and bullying. Later, Sean. All right, on to the next, everyone. Please send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024. Monet, thank you for the $4.20. Thank you so much. Yeah, W for that today. Let's go. What a fantastic thing. Yo, Art, thank you for the $4.20. Thank you so much. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
21.
For
And
sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
hell no.
Okay, I am just looking for people who will vote for Trump in 2024, but I appreciate you coming up. Thank you so much. Yo, Finn, thank you so much for the $14.20. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yo, W Finn in the comments. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
In my 50s. How you doing, man?
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Absolutely.
And why is that?
Well, this country's a mess.
Well, okay. Well, what do you attribute specifically to the president of the United States?
Everything. Look at the economy. Look. Here's the bottom line, Parker. Right? Okay. So if you look at America right now, right? Let's just take this as like a. Do you watch sports at all?
Yeah.
You do? You like football, man?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you like the NFL?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's pretend
Go
America.
Broncos.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's good. Good for you. Let's pretend America was a football team, right? Okay. And Joe Biden is the head coach, right? Because that's what he is, right? Okay. He runs the whole program. He controls everything, right? So Joe Biden has been the head coach of NFL team America for 4 years. And Parker, we've won 2 games a year, right? So we have done nothing. We have failed. It's time to get a new head coach, bro. Okay.
Ariel, thank you for the $4.20. Thank you so much. So the reason why I don't think that this is like attributable is because the head coach has a lot more of an influence based upon the operations of the team than you would say that a president has over the economy.
Oh, he does. So why are we making excuses for him? I mean, everything is.
I'm not making an excuse. I'm just describing that it's not likely to
sure you
describe
are.
that. Similarly, like you wouldn't say that the 14.7% unemployment under Trump's administration was necessarily Trump's fault just because it happened under Trump's administration.
Hey, Parker, let me ask you something, man. Are you? Okay? So, do you have a mortgage payment, Parker?
No, I'm 22 years old.
Okay, so you're not married, right?
No.
Okay. Do you have any kids?
I've got 10. No, I'm just kidding. I have none.
Of course you don't, right? So you and people like what's his name, the Harry, right? Harry Sisson, right? So you've never actually had to go to work and raise a family and have to pay for a mortgage, food, car payment, car insurance. You don't have to pay that, do you?
Well, I pay for like basic things that I need right now, but I'm not going to be like raising a family.
Okay, so
Obviously,
are you,
I'm 22. I don't have kids.
well, that's good. But I mean, are you living at home or do you have
Tyler,
your own-
thank you for the $4.20. Thank you so much. Terry, thank you for the $4.20. Thank you so much as well. I do not live at home right now. I live in my own apartment, but I actually am going back home after I'm done with college.
Okay, so you have bills, right? So you have a monthly rent, right?
Yeah.
And, okay, and then you have a car payment and car insurance. Do you pay for all that?
Mm-hmm.
You do. So but you're by yourself, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Do you get paid by any company to promote whatever it is that you do on TikTok?
No, right. The only money I make is from people that send me money that like my content.
Okay,
I don't even have a management company.
Okay,
I've
that's
never
good.
interacted with any business.
Okay, good. So you're not under pallet management or anything like that, right?
No, but pallet management doesn't like pay Harry to work with the DNC.
Okay, well, he
Thomas,
gets
thank you for the $24.20. Thank you so much, Thomas. Yo, W Thomas in the comment section. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Thomas.
Okay, so I've heard you to rip on Trump about this so-called grape.
Yeah, he was held liable for sexual abuse.
Right, and so where was this at? Was this in New York?
Yeah, that was where the court case was.
Right, and so how long ago was this charge, or that she pretended it was 30 years ago?
I don't think that's relevant, right? The point that's relevant specifically is that he has committed this crime, right? That would be relevant in at least describing that.
Whoa, Parker. Parker.
I don't know why you don't want me to explain.
What evidence do you have that he committed this? Is there any DNA or anything? Any eyewitnesses? What evidence do you have?
Well, he failed to give his DNA until after the time in which it was able to be actually admitted. Appreciate the hanging lights. Thank you so much. But if you want to talk about the context of the case, right, I absolutely do believe that there was sufficient evidence that he was held liable, right, in the context of the court system, that would indicate that it's more probable than not that he has done this, right? I'm not saying it's going to be certain, but what I'm going to say is it's more probable than it not.
And even if he gave up his DNA,
message. Thank you so much.
Even if he gave up his DNA, what would the court have to compare that to? Are you talking about like semen or something? Is that what you're talking about?
What are you talking about?
No, you're talking about DNA, right? So even if
like they would have the dress, right, that was worn.
Was there any dress?
Yeah, there was a dress.
There was.
Yeah.
Okay, and what evidence? Do you understand, Parker, that Trump had bodyguards in the 90s? Are you aware of that?
He probably did, sure.
Of course he did. So why wasn't any of these bodyguards brought in to testify?
Not sure. Seems like they'd probably be paid off or have NDAs.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Right, but one thing you can say as it relates to those circumstances is that if there is a crime committed, that they can go past the NDAs.
Come on, it's been 30 years. The statute of limitation ran out. So what did the state of New York do again, Parker? They opened that back up, right? And guess how many sexual assault females came forward to put in a claim? You know how many people, Parker?
Women, by the way.
One.
Women.
It's fine, but you know how many? One.
So again, as it relates to this, he's been held liable, right? I could talk about accusals, but what I'm talking about is the fact that this has gone through the context of the court system. Okay, if you're saying it's politically biased, well, then why wasn't he held liable for grape? There have been 26 women that have accused him of sexual misconduct.
What evidence? What evidence is there?
Okay.
It's her word versus his, right? So, hey, let me ask you something, Parker. Are you going to hold
Cookie,
Biden?
I appreciate the glowing jellyfish. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Are you going to hold Biden to the same standards?
Yes.
You are? So let me ask you something, Parker. Is what's worse, right? Graping an elderly woman or taking showers with your kid?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not even sure that the particular diary you're referencing is actually like that particular diary. I appreciate the Lucy. Thank you so much. As there have been people who specialize in handwriting that have looked over the particular types of diaries that have indicated that it's different.
Parker, come on, man. Just be honest with yourself, man. That, of course it is. It was in her own writing. It's black and white. The receipts are there.
Wait, so if there have been specialists that have gone over and analyzed the differences in handwriting, couldn't you say
stop.
that would be evidence to indicate otherwise?
Parker, stop. Stop, bro. Just stop. Be honest with yourself. All right? Stop making excuses for Joe Biden.
I'm not. Like, I actually wouldn't. But what I'm
Parker,
telling you is
Parker.
that this is not something that I think is legitimate
Parker.
because of these concerns. I say here all the time, and I condemn Joe Biden for the actions that I think he did bad for. Right? But I don't think there's sufficient evidence for this particular point.
Parker,
Denise, thank
stop.
you for the $4.20.
Oh,
Thank
so
you so
there-
much.
Okay, so Joe Biden's daughter actually writes in her diary that he actually took showers with her. But
Hey
you
man,
are
like, did you
convinced-
hear my response, dude?
I
Like,
did,
I feel
but-
like you purposefully
I did, but you're saying that there's no evidence of that, but yeah, you're going to convict Trump of graping.
Well,
some
has
woman 30 years-
Biden been held liable in a civil court for this?
Bro, what are you talking about?
I'm asking, has Biden been held liable in a civil court?
He's
I'm not just
never
talking
been-
about accusals.
Well, it's the
right?
same thing. It's just Parker, bro. It's the same thing that with these documents, man. They're not gonna. Joe Biden will never be convicted of anything. This whole Justice Department and DOJ is all run by the Democrat. They're
Yo,
never.
Cookie, thank you for the pool party. Yo, can we get a W Cookie in the comment section right now? W Cookie, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
They're
What I'm
never-
saying is that, listen to it this way, right? I don't like Joe Biden. I don't like Joe Biden's actions. But what I'm acknowledging is a reality that it is the case that Donald Trump is more likely to have done these things due to the fact that it's gone through the context of the civil process. Appreciate the paper crate. Thank you so much. With a jury that was selected by both sides, right? By the attorneys of Donald Trump and by the other opposing side.
Parker, let's look at this, okay? Just be honest with yourself. Do you know in the 90s that Donald Trump had bodyguards, right? So let me ask you something. Where did this rape supposedly take care of?
Gene, thank you for the fireworks. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Where did this rape supposedly happen?
Hey, you can't say that particular word on TikTok.
Okay,
You gotta
great.
say
I'm sorry.
R
Gotcha.
word or essay.
I got you. Where did this rape supposedly happen?
So, I'm pretty sure it's in the context of New York, right? But I wouldn't be familiar with all of the specific facts of the case.
From what I
What I'm
understand,
just acknowledging here is that you have an argument from the knowledge that we have as people from outside, right? That it's more likely than not that he's done this.
but where did it happen? Was it?
That's the argument that I'm providing.
Okay, so did it happen in a dressing room at some department store? That's from what I'm understanding, correct?
Sure.
Okay, so that's the case, right? She's alleging that he went into a dressing room at a department store and raped her, correct? That's the whole premise, right?
Yeah, I don't see how this is relevant to the argument, though. Right?
Well,
the argument's
but
that
it
it's
is.
more likely than not, right? Given these conditions.
Well, but it is though, right?
Okay. Well,
I mean,
if you want to run down this, go for it. I'm just telling you, this isn't a response to my argument.
Well, but where did this happen at? I mean, it didn't happen at his house or his apartment. This happened at a department store. This is what she's claiming. So I guess my point is that he had bodyguards, right? So why weren't any of his bodyguards that he had brought in to testify what they saw?
Wait, can't you always get around from your bodyguards? I don't think your bodyguards are always with you. You can tell them not to go around you.
Parker, come on, man. I mean, let's be honest, man. I mean,
Yeah, I'm being totally honest. You don't have bodyguards around you at all time. One, if you have bodyguards. Two, we'd have to indicate that he does have bodyguards.
The woman is a crackpot. Come on, Parker. I mean,
Okay, for you just to assume that she's crazy, and what evidence do you have to assume that she's crazy?
30 years, and she now decides.
Guitar, I know multiple people in my life that have not come out, okay? That doesn't mean it's wrong. Just because it's been 30 years doesn't mean shit. Stop using that to take away from the fact that she's been victimized.
What evidence?
Gabriella, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. Thank you.
What evidence do you have that she was actually raped by this guy? What evidence do you have?
I like how you
Other
just
than
keep
the
asking for that. I've already given you my argument, and you've provided no response.
Well, what
Would
is
you
it?
like to respond the argument?
What is it? What evidence?
Well, it's
do you
that
have?
given the standard of evidence in the context of the civil court, it's been determined by a jury that it's more likely than not that Trump is a sexual abuser. Okay?
What evidence?
Given that standard, that wait,
evidence?
again, We're just saying, given that standard, that it's been like for example, right? Would you know the specific evidence of the case of, say, plenty of serial killers? No, right? But you would know the context of the court case, that it's likely this, unless you had further evidence about like the case that would be relevant to dispute whether or not they were guilty. What we're saying is that given the evidence that we have, given the knowledge that we have about the case, right, it's most likely going to be the case that he is going to be a sexual abuser. That's the point that I'm making.
You keep saying evidence, but you're not proving any evidence. What evidence do you have?
Dude, I literally have just gone over the context of the court.
No, you haven't. You haven't given me any DNA. You haven't given me any eyewitnesses.
You don't need to go DNA. The people that were admitted in the context of the case were people that had known her at the time, that were able to corroborate the particular story, at least as it relates to her response of these things. There were things of like particular DNA, right? But that was not submitted to the courts until after the context in which it would have been able to be accepted.
So any woman, Parker. So any woman, if you're 50 years old, I know you're only in your 20s, but if you're 50 years old, any woman can come up and make a claim that you actually sexually raped her when you were in your 20s, right? Without any evidence. That's what you're saying.
Why would someone do that?
What do you...
I've never been in a circumstance where something like that would have been able to be applicable. Why would something like that happen?
They do it all the time.
Do it all the time. What are you talking? Are you just like trying to say that all women, right, that are coming out about rape are somehow like giving like a false claim?
Bro, where you been? I mean, listen, bro. I know you're only 22 years old. How many?
Do you think most women who say that they've been raped are lying?
A lot of it, bro.
No, answer the question. Guitar, do you think most women who say that are lying?
How many rich athletes?
Guitar, answer my question. Answer my question. Do you think most women who say that, right, are lying?
I don't know if all of them, but I would say
Guitar, answer the question. Do you think most women who say that are lying?
A large majority of them do try to get that paycheck, bro. Come on.
Oh, man. So Guitar, you think that, okay, so you have this assumed narrative of women that a lot of them are falsely accusing men. Do you have any statistical evidence to support that?
I don't have any more evidence than she has against Trump.
Wait, no. I'm asking you, do you have any statistical evidence to support that claim specifically? That's an empirical claim.
No, and I don't have any.
If you have no evidence to support that claim, then why would we accept that? We can actually provide evidence that relates to the context of the civil court. That's why there was a distinction in the context of the jury between, again, the classification of rape as it relates to the law versus sexual abuse, even though the judge indicated specifically that a colloquial usage of the term grape would apply in this particular sense.
She doesn't have any evidence that he did, man.
Okay, so for you to say this, you would basically dispute most rape cases in the U.S. Are you saying that you would do that?
I'm saying what I'm telling you.
No, would you dispute most rape cases in the U.S.?
I'm going to tell you. Okay, listen.
I'm asking you a question. Would you like to answer it?
Young man, listen to me. Okay.
Old man, would you like to answer the question?
I am telling you that there are.
Would you like to answer the question?
Thousands of charges from women against
Guitar, would you like to answer the question?
Rich man to try to get a paycheck. It's been happening for.
I'm asking you a question, right? Guitar, when I ask you a question, I'd like for you to answer it, right? James, thank you for the rabbit. Let's fucking go. People are going crazy today. Mog, thank you for the cuddle with me. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Mila, thank you so much for the superpower. Okay, if you're not going to respond, I don't see what we're getting out of this conversation. Yeah, thank you for the confetti. I appreciate it, Terry. Thank you so much.
I'm sorry, Parker. My microphone was just off. I'm sorry.
What were you saying?
No, my microphone was off. I just turned it back on. I don't know how that happened, but I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Okay. Well, it was in response to what you were saying, but it's fine.
Right. Right. What I'm telling you is that there was absolutely no evidence, right? So this whole case comes down to he said, she said, right? You agree with that?
Appreciate the paper crane. Thank you. Then you would be disputing most rape cases in the U.S. Are you going to dispute most rape cases?
Without evidence? Parker, you know what the justice system is, right?
I'm not saying without evidence. I'm saying this is the standard of evidence. You didn't accept that standard of evidence. If you don't accept that, you're going to be disputing most rape cases in the U.S. Are you saying that you would dispute most rape cases in the U.S.?
Parker, the justice system in the United States, you're proven innocent until proven guilty, right?
I'm just asking you a question, man.
If there was evidence that he did, then absolutely. But there was absolutely no evidence that he did. right? In the United States, Parker.
So when you say that there's no evidence, right? You're saying that there's no evidence that you're willing to accept. That's what you're saying there, right?
Bro, there was no eyewitnesses. There was no DNA. There was nothing. There was nobody that testified that he did. Okay.
Yeah. So I have a question. Are you saying that if you have no eyewitnesses and you have no testifying from other people, that you wouldn't believe someone who came and told you that?
Of course not. What are you fucking?
Okay. So say your particular one of your siblings or your mother came to you and said this happened to them. Would you
What?
believe them?
Without evidence? Absolutely not. What are you fucking?
So you're saying without DNA, right? You're saying without someone who watched it happen, without a video, you wouldn't accept it?
Of course not. You're proven innocent until you're
Your
proven
mom?
guilty.
Your mom?
If my mom did that, then if she was wrong, she's wrong. No. In this country, Parker, you're
saying that she's wrong, right? Because
What?
there would be a circumstance in which, again, she doesn't have a video of her being violated is ridiculous. Would you have that same standard of evidence for someone whose car got broken into? Would you say, oh, I don't believe you. You probably broke your own window.
Parker, in this country, you are presumed innocent until you're proven guilty. That is the law of the fucking
Yeah,
land.
and again, this is the standard of evidence that we use in the context of grape cases. If you're not willing to accept it, you're throwing out most grape cases, and you're basically getting rid of accountability for grapists in the United States.
Okay, so let me
you
ask you this,
understand
Parker.
that.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Parker. So somebody 30 years ago, a woman 30 years ago that was in her 20s, that's now in her 50s.
Okay, listen to this, Guitar. I want you to listen to this real quick. This is damning evidence, and I think that you'll see it here.
Okay.
Right? He said that he wouldn't have sexually abused E. Jean Carroll because she's quote unquote not his type.
I don't know what.
Right? Did he say that? He said that.
Who
Right?
the fuck cares?
So listen.
Right.
There's a
Gotcha.
point to this. There's a point to this. Right? And then at the same time, in the deposition, he mistook E. Jean Carroll for his ex-wife. So she looks similar enough to his ex-wife that he's going to mistake the two, but then she's also quote unquote not his type, as that's the specific reason why he wouldn't have abused her. He's lying and manipulating
Okay, so
you
Parker,
right
let me
in front
ask
of
this,
you.
All right.
Wait.
Okay, let me
Are you
ask
going
this,
to respond to what I
Parker,
just said?
Right? Yeah, I don't believe any of that. And let me ask you this one question, okay? So okay, you're 22.
What do you mean you
right?
don't believe in
You're
any
young.
of that? You didn't listen to what I said.
My phone kind of cut off. I mean, it locked up.
Donald Trump said that he wouldn't have raped E. Jean Carroll or sexually abused E. Jean Carroll because she's quote unquote not his type. Okay?
Right.
And then in a deposition, he mistook E. Jean Carroll for the person he was proven to have sexually abused with his ex-wife. So she looks similar enough to his ex-wife that he's going to mistake the two, but then she's quote unquote not his type insofar as that he wouldn't have abused her. He wouldn't have abused her.
What does that even mean?
Okay, there's a skill issue present in this one. Please help this one.
What does that even mean, Parker?
What was confusing?
You're saying that he identified her as whatever, Marla Maples or whatever. What does that even mean?
He mistook E. Jean Carroll for his ex-wife. Okay? So they look similar enough for him to mistake the two. His ex-wife, right? Are you saying his ex-wife was not his type?
I don't know. You're the one that bringing it up. I don't know what that means.
He got with his ex-wife, right?
Marla Maples. I think it was he.
Yeah, and if
married
they
to-
look similar enough, you're saying that she looks similar enough insofar as that's quote unquote his type then.
Parker, let me ask you a question, Parker.
So he's
Okay.
lying to you right in front of you. It's very easy to see.
Hey Parker, let me ask you a question, bro. Okay, so you're 22 years old, right? So let's move the clock 30 years ahead. Now you're 52 years old, okay? So some woman comes in and makes a claim, Parker, that you raped her when you were in your 20s, and she has absolutely no evidence of this.
That wouldn't happen.
How do you know?
Because I haven't done that to anyone.
What evidence do you have that Donald Trump raped her? What evidence is there?
Are you just going to ask me the same questions we already went over in this conversation?
Well, it's
Guitar dude, are you just like, is there something like in you that you just kind of like ask questions that have already been, established in this conversation?
Well, you haven't given me one piece of evidence that it happened.
Guitar dude, I gave you an argument. You gave me no response.
You gave me her word against his. That's
I gave you an argument, right?
Yeah.
Would you like to respond to the argument?
She waits 30 years to bring these charges against him. 30. Why do you think that happened, Parker? You know why? Because he's
It
running
takes time for victims to feel
Oh,
enough
shut up,
community
man.
to be able to come out about these
You're
types of
so
things.
full of shit, Parker, man. Shut
I'm not
up,
full of
man.
shit for anything.
Yeah,
What I'm
you are.
telling you is that, hey, when you
Yeah,
say I'm
you
full
are.
of shit for saying that victims sometimes take time to come out for
The
things,
woman's
right,
a
to be able to
fucking
talk about their
nut job.
story is ridiculous. We
She's
see
a-
this all the time, right? I know
She's a-
multiple people. Stop talking. I know
She's a
multiple.
fucking
Stop
nut
talking.
job.
Stop talking. I know multiple people in my life that have not come out for that long, that period of time. Existentials, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. You would dispute that. That's fucking crazy in my head. That's crazy to anyone that knows someone that's been victimized by someone in this particular way. Okay?
Parker.
For you to completely dispute that shows exactly how little experience you have, yet you claim you have so much experience due to your age. Right?
Parker.
Get a grip on reality, bro.
Parker,
you don't
in this-
understand everything just because you have a little bit of an age difference, bro.
Parker, in this
Crazy.
country, Parker, in this country, the United States of America, you are proven innocent until you are proven guilty.
Do you
right?
understand that we, in this situation,
Okay, so-
he was held liable by a jury? That means he was proven,
A
given the
jury in New
preponderance of an
York.
evidence in the context of a court.
What
Appreciate the hands up.
evidence?
Thank you so much. So tell me how this court was faulty. Explain.
What evidence? What evidence?
No. Tell me how this court was faulty.
It's in New York. It's 100%.
Okay, but his particular lawyers picked the jury. They helped pick the jury. Did you know how jury selection process works?
What? Nobody has shown me one piece of evidence that this
Can
actually
you
happened.
answer the question? Right? Did he pick the jury?
The judge did. I don't know.
No. The jury selection process is going to happen with his lawyer, right? They work with it. They do it together.
And what evidence did the jury have to convict him?
I've already answered these questions, right?
There
And you're
is
not
no-
answering the questions. I'm giving you an argument based upon the context of the court. If you want to give me a dispute on the court, you'd have to give me something in the context of the court system that blocked this from having a legitimate conclusion. Otherwise, I have reason to conclude that there was a legitimate acknowledgement of guilt or a legitimate acknowledgement of liability here.
And so did the court bring in his bodyguards at that time to testify about what happened that day?
You keep asking the same questions. Or do you?
Well, why didn't they?
Like, I have a question. I have a
Wouldn't
question.
Wouldn't that be?
I have a question.
Sure.
Right? Like, are you like on something right now on 420?
No, Parker.
Why do you
I'm-
keep going over the same things we've already established in this conversation?
Because there's no evidence. It's her word against his. That's it. There is absolutely zero evidence. That's like somebody coming to me and saying, "Hey, I saw you rob a convenience store and shoot somebody 30 years ago. I have no fucking video camera, no eyewitnesses, but yet I'm held liable on this." Right? There's absolutely no evidence, Parker. You know it. Look, Parker.
So you don't want to apply any type of liability to any type of grape
Parker.
case when you use this particular standard of evidence.
Parker,
Okay?
listen to me.
You
Listen
wouldn't
to me.
use this standard of evidence in any other context, right? Whether it be the context of defamation lawsuits, whether it be the context of any other slander, anything, right? If someone slanders you on a public platform, right, and you don't have a particular video of it, do you think that then you shouldn't be held liable?
Parker, listen to me, young man.
I answer the question.
Listen to me really good. The statutes of limitation ran out on this. So what did the state, tell me what you think the state of New York did in order to bring charges against Donald Trump. What do you think they did? Tell me what they did. The state of New York.
They changed the statute of limitations.
Exactly. And how many women filed a complaint against a so-called rapist when they lifted that? You know how many? One.
Becky, thank you for the subscription. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Becky.
One. E. Jean Carroll. You know when she did it? Tell me when she did it. The next day, Parker, the very next day she filed against Donald Trump. So listen, Parker, you can say whatever you want. I'm telling you, young man, listen to what I'm telling you. This justice system is fucking corrupt. All right? They are going
That
after-
doesn't mean it's corrupt.
Bro.
They did similar stuff as it relates to the context of other cases, right? It is statute of limitations is honestly a bullshit clause. Okay? It is so bullshit in this context.
Oh, I kinda
Just
agree
because
with
it's been long since he's committed the crime doesn't mean he shouldn't be held liable. Are you kidding me?
Okay, but fine. But don't you think that you should have
Regardless of the case, right? This shouldn't be the law, but he should absolutely be held liable for this. Okay? If you do you dispute that?
I do not, and I agree with that.
Okay, so you agree with me? Trump 2024 for prison.
I think like murder and grape and all.
Trump 2024 for prison.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Parker. I think
Yes, we agree. Let's go. Can we spam that in the comment section right now? Let's fucking go, dude.
No,
Honestly, I agree with you.
I agree with you. I think, murder and grape and all that should not have any statute of limitations. I think you should, but there has to be evidence, right? There has to be in the United States, Parker, you are presumed innocent until you are proven guilty. It is up to he
was held liable by a jury. That's literally the context of how our civil court process works. Our court system, you keep asking the same questions, Guitar. I've already given you an argument and you don't want any response. Like, okay, what are you talking about? This is like in the context of a surgery, you asking what the explanation is of how they got better. And I tell you, the doctor is what led to them getting better. And you say, what specific things did the doctor do to be able to get this to work? Right? I don't have to know the specifics of it to know that the doctor led to this happening based upon probabilistic means.
Parker, do you not think that this justice system, right, in the United States is not corrupt? If you go back to the 60s and 50s,
then show me how this particular case was corrupt.
Do you know how many African Americans?
Do you have any evidence to indicate is Trump a part of a marginalized community? Okay, I understand he has orange skin, but he's not a part of a fucking marginalized community. You have no argument there.
You might hate him, but you got to show me evidence that he actually did what he's committed to doing. And there's no evidence. There's absolutely zero, bro. It's her word against his, period. There's absolutely no evidence. The only reason why he was convicted.
Dude, you keep saying the same shit. I've already given you an argument. You've given me no response. I have a question, right? Do you have children?
I do.
Okay, so when they are of the age and they're dating and whatnot, we'll talk about this specifically. Coco, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. If they were dating someone that was held liable in a civil court for sexual abuse, would you be concerned?
If I had I don't have a daughter. I have a son.
Same thing.
If he was convicted or charged with rape?
if she was the person that he's with.
Well, they would have to against who? I mean, her boyfriend or somebody at school or something. I mean, is that what you're talking about?
Okay.
No, I got you, but okay, so fine. But what evidence is there? What was she impaired? Was she at a party? Was she drinking? Was she confused? Was it
same context of Trump? Would you not be confused or concerned?
Bro, was it John or was it Dave or was
same context as Trump? Would you be concerned?
Of course, if somebody grapes,
of course you would be concerned. You're concerned in that situation, but you're not concerned about a fucking president of the United States. Are you kidding me, dude?
Of course.
Are you kidding me?
Of course, Parker. But I want to make sure. Well, how do I know? How do I know who actually did it? If my daughter was at a party,
dude, do juries most of the times get things correct?
No,
most of the times they do not.
A lot of times, if it's biased,
I'm asking you, most times do they, right?
If there's evidence, yeah, of course.
It's literally a fact that most times they do, okay?
Of course. If there's
it's a fact that most times they do, right? You can't dispute that. Okay, so probability, given that we don't have any specific circumstances of the case, right? We can determine that it's more likely than not that Trump has done this. That's my argument, and you have no response to it.
What evidence?
You have to indicate like more particular context.
What evidence do you have that he did commit this? That's my point, right? In this country, Parker, you are presumed innocent until you're proven guilty.
Dude, he's not listening to my argument, man.
I do, but you're not giving me any evidence.
I did. I gave you the argument.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
I actually did, man. I actually did. I'm giving you an argument right now that indicates it's probable. Right? It's plausible. And you're literally. It is. That is literally how we base beliefs on. We base beliefs based upon probability.
See, you just said it. You said it was a probability that he did.
It's more likely than not that he did. Yeah, that's what preponderance of an evidence is.
You can't convict somebody on probability. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yes, you can. That's how you convince people.
Bro, I'm done with you, man.
Wasn't me. Thank you for the $6.66. Thank you.
Bro, you are fucking retarded.
Why are you... You're going to use slurs, dude. What the fuck's wrong with you, bro?
You can't.
What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? You're just going to resort to slurs because you get angry that I disagreed with you in a debate? Bro, get a grip on reality, bro. You need to check yourself, bro. Actually crazy. The only Trump 2024 is for prison, bro. He doesn't understand what most likely means. He doesn't understand what literally how to ground his fucking truths. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I don't know how this works. I'm 25.
For sure. Are you driving?
First TikTok live. No, I'm parked in my car right now waiting for
For
somebody.
sure. Are you going to vote for Trump in 2024?
Most likely, yes.
Why so?
I voted for him in 2016. I liked the way the country went. I didn't vote for him in 2020 because of COVID and everything. I figured let the country decide. They decided, and obviously the country made a bad choice, and I'm hoping that the country makes a better choice in 2024.
Okay, so can you name one policy that you like of Donald Trump's that he influenced to get passed that benefited the middle class?
Honestly, the Abraham Accords is one thing, but that's not really middle class wise. Economic wise, I could just go off of inflation numbers, gas prices, food prices, things like
None
that.
of those relate to any policies that he specifically passed. Those were just things that existed at the time, and gas prices and food prices were both lower under the context of Obama's administration.
Okay, but we're not talking about Obama. This is between Biden and Trump. So we're going off the two people. And
Yeah,
we
but
have,
like I don't think that
evidence
you would
of
say that
both people
Obama's
that-
better because of that. And also Biden was vice president.
Okay, but he was vice president. What does that mean?
Well,
Like Kamala Harris, she's vice president. What has she done?
well, I mean, you could say that like there is some type of
Actually, she
influence
wished Happy
ideologically
420
speaking.
today on Twitter. I saw that to people. But when she was, what was it, Attorney General of San Francisco, she locked up more people of color for marijuana than any other person.
Can you give me a source on that? That's more than anyone else. And by the way, I can't hear you when you swipe off the app. I did know that she held people past the context of their prison sentences to be able to do so, but I didn't know that that was true. But yeah, tap that screen, everyone. Let's run it up to 200,000 likes. Everyone, share the live as well. The person's name, Dean, who said paid Democrat activist. Please send a guest request. Please send a guest request. I'd love to talk to any conspiracy theorist that believes that, man. Please, bro, send a guest request. You know it. Right now, just do it. It's the smartest thing you've done.
I believe the San Francisco Chronicle has a story on it.
What's the title? Give it a second, everyone, for him to find this. Give him a second.
Harris's position on marijuana has evolved. Let me wait. I gotta keep swiping back and forth so I can get the whole thing one second. Now she should explain why. And in there it explains that, unfortunately, I mean, everybody, when they're running, says things and does things like that, but her record really wouldn't line up with the things that she says.
No, but
Now,
you
this
said
is
that
in context
she
of
did.
Vice President.
You
But
said
this has
that
nothing
you
to
said
do with why
that.
I'm voting for Trump.
No, you said that she did more than all these other types of things than any other particular individual in the context of California. This doesn't provide that. Where is that particular claim justified?
Give me 1 second. Let me find another article for you.
Okay. Yeah, but she definitely is called actually for legalization recently. So that is actually a good thing. So she's changed her views, but over time, but she is called for legalization. So I think that's good at least. Even if it is the case that her views changed over time, I think that it's good that we're voting for someone that does have these beliefs now, regardless of the change.
Forbes has an article titled Kamala Harris.
I didn't hear you there. What were we saying?
Kamala Harris controversial cannabis.
Give it a second, everyone.
Controversial cannabis history makes waves. Here's where she stands now.
All right.
But
Oh,
unfortunately,
man, we
my
can hear
girlfriend just
Dean in
got
the
in the
background.
car. I will happily listen, but I just wanted to let you know I will be voting for Trump.
For sure. All right.
Have a good one.
You as well. Appreciate that, Mustache. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's go on to the next person, everyone. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. I don't see where that particular claim is justified. I'll keep looking through, but yo, what's up? How old are you?
Faggot nigger, faggot nigger, faggot nigger.
You're a terrible person. Why are people like that, bro? So gross. Actually fucking disgusting. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 76 years old.
Did Dean just get banned, everyone? That's rough. Yo, Donald Trump, look at him right there. Rip Dean, everyone. That's a rough one. Dean, what happened? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
What's up? 21.
Yeah, are you going to vote for Trump in 2024?
Yes.
Oh, why so? Is there a way you can get to a different room without the parking? Dean, what happened?
Yeah.
What?
Okay. Why would you support a politician that has caused so much misery and pain in wars around the world?
Yo, Supernova, can you get to a different room where I can actually hear you? Because your dogs are barking pretty loud, man.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
No, not at all.
Hello.
Now I can hear you. Go for it. You're good.
Okay. Why would you support a politician that has caused so much misery and pain around the world in different wars, and he's also a leftist?
How old are you?
21.
Yeah, so you're saying Joe Biden's a leftist?
Yeah.
What's
He
your
is.
definition of leftism?
He's caused a person that advocates for socialism, increased taxes on
What is
many
socialism?
individuals in the country. Socialism is an economical and political ideology that proposes governmental intervention in multiple sectors.
Oh, okay. So like, when Trump advocates for greater immigration laws, that's socialism.
What is it?
That's socialism. Like when he advocates for greater immigration laws.
I mean, you can categorize it as socialism following that
When he
definition, but
advocates
I would
for
say,
more
like,
military spending, is that socialism?
What is it?
Is that socialism to provide more money for the military?
I mean, technically, it can go in the socialist category.
So Trump's a socialist?
No. It's simply like
wait.
those
So
are
why is
policies that
Biden a socialist but Trump isn't?
Because the amount of taxation that Biden imposes on people is much more than Trump. He has increased taxes for pretty much every big
Wait, you
company
want to know
in
something
America.
crazy? After-tax income under the Trump tax policy specifically went down for the middle class and went down for the lowest quintile, but increased for the top 1%, top 0.1%, and for the highest quintile. So Trump literally, his tax policy took from poor people and gave to rich people. So who are you specifically talking about? You just talking about for rich people? And then also
What do you mean?
socialism is when the workers control the means of production. It's not when higher taxation, right? Higher taxation is a governmental policy or governmental intervention in the context of a capitalist market system.
No, you can also have high governmental intervention in a socialist system, and
You
it's
can
not true
have it
that-
in a socialist system, but that's not indicative of a socialist system.
But the idea of like workers controlling the means of production is actually a communist ideal. It's the
No,
proletariat
not
dictatorship.
necessarily, right?
Isn't
It is in communism, but it is not only in communism. It's also in socialism. I'm not a socialist, by the way. I used to be, but this is how socialism is defined.
So what are you?
I'm a social democrat. So like the Northern European economies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like the type
Yeah,
of
but
system.
you know that those economies became like they're at the place where they are because of open market policy. Not
Wait,
because of social
I
democracy.
don't dispute free markets in certain manners, but there are other manners in which markets don't work.
Okay, but that's the thing. Like, when do you like what's a market failure according to you?
Yeah, it's going to be whenever there's going to be a reduced level of social welfare due to particular types of concerns in a market, whether it be a monopoly, whether it be competition issues, whether it be plenty of concerns.
Yeah, but a monopoly is only bad if the government creates it. If it's a monopoly
No, it's
because
not.
consumers like
There's,
it.
wait. What is vertical and horizontal integration? P, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much.
You're gonna have to explain that to me.
Yeah, so it's going to be something that happened prior to the context of antitrust laws, which actually led to a reduction in competition. So if you specifically want to look at like Standard Oil, right, they can buy particular types of the line of distribution to reduce costs for them to be able to get to a circumstance where they can have lower prices than all the other competitors, push them out of business, get all of the market share, right? Because they own the entire distribution chain, okay? Right, the production and distribution.
Yeah, but
So-
in the end, the consumers are getting a better product for a lower price. You just
Not
said it.
necessarily, because once
But
they
you just
own
said
that
cheaper.
process, they actually have a different demand curve. They can charge more because there's no other alternatives.
But it's their private property. Like,
Okay,
why would
but
you,
that's-
who are you to determine what people should do with their
Okay,
private
but like
property?
let's give you particular circumstances where this can be bad. Let's say that there's a particular business that owns all of the supply of insulin in the world. They've now increased the price of insulin to $200,000 a vial, right? and there's no other alternatives to get insulin, right? Would you say that it's wrong, right, for this to happen? Would you say the government should step in?
I will say that before you make those kind of moral arguments, you need to think about the way in which the company obtained the insulin in the first place.
Can you answer the
If they
question?
did it, yeah, of course. Like if they did it, with
Yeah,
their
so the
own
government
research-
should step in, right? So
No,
you
it
think that there are
shouldn't. No, I
certain
don't think it should. No, I don't think it should.
circumstances in which the government should step in to
No.
be able to ensure that there's actually good competition in the context of the markets. Otherwise, the competition will lead to anti-competitive markets, right?
No, that's not
anti-competitive
true.
notions.
Again, if a certain company or a certain individual, whatever, you can call it a researcher, whatever, they develop insulin and they have a formula for it, and they're the only ones in the world who were able to produce that product, which has an incredibly high value, then yeah, they can charge whatever they want. I mean, it's their job. It's their
Even
private
if it
property.
leads
They
to
were
the
the ones
deaths
that-
of people?
Yeah, I mean, it's their property.
Yeah! Right,
they were
that's
the
called
ones who invented it.
depersonalizing. That's called
not
not
true.
caring
If
about
you-
people.
That's
That's
not
called
true.
being
That's not true.
ridiculous.
No, that's
okay?
not true.
You would
Okay.
let people die who don't have access to insulin because of a company that wants to make money. That's
No,
crazy.
in
And
the
the fact that you
context-
don't see that is ridiculous.
No, is the fact that you
Would you
do
let
that all the
children
time.
starve to death if they can't afford food?
You can argue that you are letting children
Supernova,
starve
would you
to
let
death.
children starve to death because they can't afford
Why
food?
are you introducing other arguments? Look, you can argue that you're letting people die on the streets by not helping. Like, you have a lot of money probably, or at least you have a decent amount of money that you're spending on things that might not be necessary for your survival, and you're not giving it to other people. Why are you not giving all that money to
What I'm
homeless people, for
advocating is
example?
on a systemic
That's the
basis,
thing.
right? And
You
I'm
can't-
not
but
going to
that's
talk about what I
hypocritical.
give, but Ellen, thank
No,
you for
but
the
it's
$25 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Ellen.
you
W
can't
Ellen in the
argue-
comment section right now. Thank you so much, Ellen.
You can't argue that companies or an individual cannot make profit or do whatever he wants with
I'm
his
not saying they
private
can't
property.
make profit. What I'm saying
But
is
it's
that
his
they're
private
making
property.
profit at the expense of human lives. I'm not making profit right now at the expense of human lives, right? That's clearly true.
Define at the expense
Jennifer,
of
thank you for the
human lives, because
$4.20. Thank you so much. Because
Whenever
in
you
this
use a
circumstance, in this analogy that I brought up, they were restricting life-saving medical care that they need in order to survive, right? Literally medicine.
yeah,
If they don't
they
have this
invented-
medicine, they die.
Yeah, but is it a medication? They were the ones who invented it. Like, I don't understand.
No. What they did is they engaged in processes in the production and distribution sale to the context of vertical and horizontal integration that allowed for them to be able to own all of the supply and production of insulin. Okay. And if they were able to do that, they would be able to charge insane levels because their demand curve is radically different because, right, in the context of this particular market, people would pay as much as they possibly can in order to continue surviving.
Yeah, I
Right? So
understand
demand curves in these particular markets fail.
No, like the thing is, if you're okay, again, don't mix up things. If a company builds up any sort of product that people need, and again, millions of products are made every single year that people require. If the company builds that product and it's their product,
Boxer,
you
thank you
can't
for the
just go ahead and
subscription.
steal it. You can't just go ahead and take it away. Otherwise, if you do that, you are basically advocating for the elimination of private property.
I don't care if I'm stealing in this circumstance if they're literally restricting it from people that literally are dying. Okay, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, so
Gregory, thank you for the $4.20. Thank you so much.
So you think you can violate the rights of private property because you want to?
Dude, you think I care about that when they're literally starving people, when they're killing people, when they're not giving people access to insulin and they're dying? Are
killing
you fucking
people.
kidding me? You care more about the
Killing-
concerns of the person who wants to literally remove people's access to insulin, which is their basis for survival,
When
right?
you-
Rather than the concerns of the people literally fucking dying, right?
Yeah,
That's
okay.
ridiculous. Dude, where are your priorities?
My priorities is respecting again the
You,
incentive.
you respect private property at the expense of human life. And what is the whole point of respecting private property? It's because you care about the preservation and continuation of human sentient life.
Yeah, but when you do that, if you do those kind of things, you're destroying the incentive. There's no incentive for companies to develop those medications that you really think are necessary. There will be no
You
incentive.
can
because
create
you're-
incentive and also make sure that people have access to these particular types of things, right? You can create
That's like-
incentive without making the incentive. You have to pay $200,000. You understand
Yeah,
that
but
any amount of making money could be considered an incentive. You don't need that much of an incentive. Appreciate the hand art. Thank you so much.
So that's an extreme argument. That's an abrupt argument. That's assuming that there's only one company in the world that controls the insulin. And if it was,
No, I'm saying that this is possible and that you would be okay with it happening under the context of your model. What I'm saying is that your reasoning here, I appreciate the festival, thank you so much, could lead to these particular outcomes. And actually, that's why I would argue historically we have added these things in the context of our systems like antitrust laws to ensure that these things didn't happen because they did, right? And there are historical cases for this. Appreciate the Corky, thank you so much. I actually brought one up with Standard Oil.
Yeah, but again, like you can limit private property at the expense of what you think is good or bad.
Yes, I
because,
can,
again,
right?
You're making
It's
it
just, it's dependent on your ethical view, right? And I'm a particularist.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter for me to do that, right? You're coming from a particular standpoint where you have to justify anarcho-capitalism, which I'll ask you this question, right? I'll ask you, it's very simple, right? If someone is homeless, where do they go under your worldview? Because everything is private property. Technically, they're trespassing everywhere they go. If they have no money to pay for things, they're trespassing everywhere. So
Not
the only place
necessarily.
they could possibly go to is charities. If there are a max capacity at the charities, they're trespassing on private property and can be put in prison. Then you're
Which would not be-
justifying the usage of people who are homeless in the context of prison systems, right? And then who determines how they can be treated in the context of prison systems? Well, it's going to be the people who are owning that particular private property. So they can treat them in any which way they would like to because they own the private property, again, because they didn't have any money to pay for things.
Yeah, but you would have to ask yourself, why is that person in a homeless situation? If you're in a homeless situation because you made a mistake, let's say that I don't know, you fell into drug abuse or heroin abuse, like a lot of people have. You have freedom in anarcho-capitalism if you want to talk about that. You have freedom to do whatever you want, but you also have, with that freedom, to the responsibility of taking care of the consequences of your action. So if the consequences of your action is end up being homeless, I'm sorry. It's part of your decision. That's what I advocate for. Now,
Oh, but they
there's a
would
different
go to
argument.
prison, which is a private prison controlled by people that can do whatever they want because they own the context of that prison. It's on their private property. So you have no actual state monopoly power that has a monopoly on violence to actually ensure that these people cannot be enslaved, that these people cannot be taken advantage of, that these people cannot be sexually exploited just because they were on someone's private property and trespassing.
But it still happens. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh, so you're okay with that, Supernova?
No.
There's no governmental
I'm not okay
body
with
under
that.
your worldview
No,
to be
of
able to
course.
prevent those particular things from happening.
Of course, I'm
And
not
this could
okay with
extend
that.
to
Don't put words in my
children.
mouth.
This could extend across the
No.
board because you don't have a governmental body to ensure that these particular things don't happen.
But you're assuming that the governmental body is needed to ensure that happens. And what I'm saying is, of course, I'm not agree with that.
It
but
is
the point
needed
I'm
to
making-
ensure that happens, actually.
No, it's actually not, because it can be done by private. It can be done by.
If it's done by private
companies,
individuals, well, then a particular private individual, if they have enough capital, if they have enough power, if they have enough money, can put whatever particular things that they want. So say Jeffrey Epstein owns an entire island, owns an entire city of people. He can sexually exploit whoever he wants on these particular types of private islands because he owns the place. That's your
But
view. There's no
yeah,
state
no,
body
no,
to
it
stop him from doing it. He owns the place. He can do
But
whatever
you're-
the fuck he wants.
but
That's
you're
your worldview. Even if it's
No.
children, that's your worldview.
You're assuming that the state is actually a beautiful, magical individual that's never
Answer
gonna
the
do
question.
any of those
Can
kind
they
of
do
things.
that? Can Jeffrey Epstein do
Of
that?
course, and you know what? The state
Of
cannot
course.
do that.
Of
And the government
course.
has done it as well.
Superpower,
My
of
point is-
course. No, Supernova, really?
Because
That's
it's part of-
crazy. That is
No,
an
it's not
insane
crazy.
reductio, bro.
No,
There's no
it's not
way you just
reductio.
accepted that reductio. That Jeffrey Epstein can literally grape and assault children on his private property because he owns the place. I can't
Yeah,
believe
of
you
course.
just said that.
No, I didn't say that. I mean, like
That's literally what you just said.
No, I'm saying, like, of course they shouldn't do it, but they could do it. But the point I'm making is
We know
that
they would be
you're-
able to do it under your
but
worldview
you're
because there's
acting
no
as a-
state body to stop them from doing it.
No, but again, you come up with the state body as a magical individual or as a magical company, you can even call it, that's going to do everything right, and that's not true.
Magical?
The
No,
government
we
also
know that
makes a lot
literally
of
state
makes sense.
bodies come in and stop these things from happening. I appreciate the Galaxy. Thank you so
And
much.
they
I appreciate.
also-
Thank you so
and
much,
they also
Adrian.
do it a lot.
You
And they
literally
also do it in
wouldn't
many
stop
other ways.
child sex
No,
trafficking
and
because they
also
own the
kill people in
property.
wars. And they also kill people in wars. They kill people in
Supernova,
Gaza,
answer the
they
question.
massacre children.
Would you stop child sex trafficking?
Yes, I would. Of course I
Well,
would.
how do
And
you
I
do
think
that without a state body?
And I think that the way to do it is through the market and through real arguments.
How does the market do that?
Social
Because in the
cooperation.
market, there's a demand for this.
Yeah, but the demand is going to be tiny. You can't argue that the world is.
But it's still going to exist, right? It's going to be. There's going to be no process to criminalize that.
Of course there is, because the criminal system would be administered by private institutions.
Yeah, and if those private institutions don't particularly want to induce this, right? Well, then it's going to happen, right?
But the only way they would do it is if they get the funding by most people, and that's not the case. I mean, again,
and it could be the people who have power in this particular area. So if you're on an island specifically owned by Jeffrey Epstein, it literally could be determined this way because he owns the capital, he owns the place, he literally has all of the money.
But you still have companies that are going to be in charge of maintaining security and safety, and they could interfere in that island if that's part of what they want to do, and that's what they get funded and paid to do. So I don't see your point here. Again, the government also does that, and they have done it historically. Again,
I argue against that, and you think that the government shouldn't do that. You would say it's unjustified under your view, but this is justified and permissible to happen on a legal perspective under your worldview. That's the issue.
I think it should happen. I totally think that
the
people
it should happen. That's so crazy, man.
No. Listen
That's
to my words.
so fucking crazy.
What I think should happen is I think an entity should interfere to stop that process. Of course, I don't want.
Okay, so there should be a monopoly on violence.
But the monopoly, if you want to call it monopoly on violence, should be funded and it should be private. It shouldn't be.
No, because then the private entity can determine what they want. So
but the government does it as well. But the government.
What do you mean a private state? Like, what are you talking about? That's literally exactly what I was just critiquing.
Do you understand what anarcho-capitalism is?
Yes, dude, I understand. Right,
Okay,
it's going to be a system of complete and total private enterprise.
Yeah, it's just exactly like, think about it. The monopoly.
Yeah, so
of
if your
violence
house
that the
goes on
government
fire
has-
and you don't pay for fire insurance, if you don't pay for firefighters to come, they aren't going to come.
Yeah, but you're gonna have a lot more money because your money, first of all, will not be taken.
If you can't afford police to protect you, they won't protect you.
You have to prioritize things in your life. What's the first thing you do?
If
when
you
buy a
can't
car?
pay to go on this sidewalk or on this road, well, it seems like you can't cross this, can you?
Yeah, but there's going to be a market. Obviously, the prices are not going to be insanely like.
Well, if you can't pay for it, you're fucked. And if not, you're going to go to these private prisons that are controlled by private entities that can do whatever they want with you.
Correct. And the only way in which you're going to be able to pay for those services
And they have no
is by
accountability.
serving others. You have to serve others. You have to benefit the market. Look, in
People are saying you're underage, so I'm going to go to the next person, man.
I'm not
I
underage.
apologize,
You just
man.
don't want to argue with me. But okay.
No, okay, wait. So why are people spamming you're underage?
I don't know why they say I'm underage. Is it because my voice? I'm sorry, I can't help the way I sound. I'm not underage.
I don't know why so many people would be spamming that.
I don't know. They're stupid. Like I can't help the way I sound. It's not my fault. But yeah, I mean, look, whatever the government does, as as an entity that has a monopoly of violence, it can also be done by a private enterprise. The difference is that the private enterprise has incentive to be good, and it's the fact that they get funded by people to do whatever they want to do. In the case of the government, they get funded by violence. They get funded by taxation, and that's even one of the reasons why we have the Second Amendment in the U.S. That's actually the way it
if
exists.
most people in a particular region want to engage in child sex trafficking, do you think that they should be able to vote in child sex trafficking?
To vote?
Yeah, by having their money, right, determine this in a particular region because they own this place, because they own this property.
No, because remember, they might own the property, but there's going to be institutions.
Wait. Actually, wait. Do you think child abuse should lead to things happening? Like, do you think children should be taken away from parents in which abused them sexually and physically?
I totally agree with that. That's
do?
my moral standard. Yeah, and what I'm saying
No. But I'm
is that-
asking you, like, do you think that there should be like a legal enterprise to be able to do this?
Correct. That's exactly what would happen in anarcho-capitalism. The difference between that enterprise and the government is that people would voluntarily would fund that enterprise. They would get money by customers.
So you would say that based upon where
Instead of
people
government.
live, they would be able to determine this. So if parents want to move to an area where they could abuse their children, right? Do you think that it would be do you think that should be allowed under a federalized system? Say in West Virginia,
of course not.
Right, they want to particularly beat their children with metal pipes.
Yeah, look, of course not. Of course I disagree with that. That shouldn't happen. And again, it's not going to happen. I think
So do you think that there should be something that legally does not allow them to do that?
And that's exactly what's going to happen in an anarcho-capitalist system by private enterprises. That's what I advocate.
No,
for.
it's the
It's
point
same
I'm making
thing.
is it's not. It depends on who owns this.
No, it doesn't depend on who owns
totally
them because
does.
again, violence will have a market. I know it sounds weird, but there's a market of violence. Believe it or not, it's just that in our current society, the market of violence is controlled by the government. So people don't think about these things. They don't think about the existence of a market of violence because the government has it. But if there's no government, then yes.
You just muted, man. In the meantime, everyone tap that screen. Let's run it up to 500,000 likes. Everyone share the live as well, everyone. You there?
Oh God, what just happened?
What were you saying?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, you there? Oh no, chat. I think he's kind of messed up. Hello?
Are you? I'm here.
Okay, go for it.
No, yeah. So I don't know if you heard the last thing I said about the market of violence, which is something that a lot of people don't think about. That's just what I'm advocating for. Yeah, of course I don't support pedophilia. Of course I don't support children getting abused. But I think that the entity in charge that should be in charge of preventing that from happening shouldn't be a state or a government. It should be a private institution because it's going to be more efficient. It has incentives to be efficient. The government
No,
doesn't.
you don't have reason to believe it'll be more efficient, and that's why I'm giving you these particular hypotheticals of what can happen under your worldview based upon who owns particular regions.
Of course I do. Like, think about it this way. If the government, like, we can think about it about safety, which is what we were talking about, but think about it education. If the government creates, and this happens in many countries, including the US, terrible educational facilities, like very bad public education system, what's going to happen to those facilities? Nothing.
Thank you so much.
Nothing's going to happen. You know why? Because they will get funded every single month by taxation. So they don't have a reason to be efficient. They will never be
they do have a
efficient.
reason to be efficient
No.
based upon things that they care about, right? If the people
But you're assuming that they care. What if they don't?
No, again, again, I'm not assuming that they care. What I'm saying is that you can construct things that are going to be beneficial if there is a matterance of caring. If there isn't a matterance of caring amongst the people that are constructing policy, well, then obviously it's going to yield to negative outcomes. The distinction
Exactly.
is that in the context of the policy, you can advocate for the policy to be a particular way. Then it's applied throughout the context of a system universally. Whereas under an ANCAP system specifically, you have no universal standard to apply in these private circumstances.
That's not
right?
true. That's different. Because again, the universal standard will be determined by the people. The problem with policies is that you put on top of everyone a guy who has a lot of power and you give him the monopoly of violence, and they are the ones who decide what's wrong and what's not wrong. So they can do whatever they want, whatever they want. And if they do something that the people don't like, they're not going to get punished by it because they don't get funded by the market. They get funded by violence, by taxes. That's the point I'm making. So why would you advocate for giving the state the power to control all the different areas of an economy instead of giving it to private enterprises? Look, at least the private
Because
enterprises
historically
have an
speaking,
incentive.
that leads to like negative outcomes. Again, that's
How?
exactly why I particularly am referencing this. Right? I've given many historical examples of this.
But still, that's just a fallacy. I mean, you can't say like.
What fallacy is it?
Can you give me an example of like that's a historical genetical fallacy? You can't say that just because it.
Historical or genetical what?
We've never look. There has never
What
been.
fallacy? No, tell me the fallacy.
What is it?
What fallacy?
It's a historical fallacy.
What's a historical fallacy? Tell me.
Like you can't just go ahead and say that because something happened in history, it's immediately incorrect or it's immediately wrong. And actually, let me tell you something.
When did I say that something is morally good because it happened in history?
Not
I never
morally
said
good.
that.
Not morally good. You said that anarcho-cap doesn't work because in history there have been examples. And actually, let me tell you
that's just what a probabilistic case, right? That there have been many circumstances in which this model didn't work. Do you have
Then I
any
can tell
evidence
you-
to indicate this model would work?
I'm literally discussing logical arguments and theoretical arguments.
No, I'm
about how
asking
does
for
system
any
work.
empirical basis for this working.
Yeah, theoretical talk and logical reasoning is an
No,
empirical
I'm asking
basis
for empirical.
a system. That's an empirical base. Logical
No, it's not.
reasoning is
No, it's not.
empirical.
No, it's not.
Of
That's
course
not
it is.
empirical.
What do you mean it's not?
No, it's not. If you're giving like a conceptual argument, that's not an empirically based notion.
It's a conceptual argument that empirically demonstrates that the
Does not
outcome of the
empirically.
system
What
that we
is
want.
empirical?
Objective. Empirical just means
No, no,
objective.
no.
I'm objectively speaking to you.
No. Empirical is a particular form of truth, right? It's about how you come to truth. It's going to relate to the context of sense perception, right? Observation, right? It's not going to relate to the context of argumentation, right?
But again, You can't say that just because anarcho-cap didn't work in the past. And actually, let me tell you something. There's never been a real anarcho-cap system in the last.
Okay, if there's
200
never been a real anarcho-capitalist system, that means that there's no model to justify any type of empirical basis for.
True. Not everything. Not everything. Like, following
If you
that
don't have an
logic-
empirical basis for it, well, then adopt it on a small model, see if it works, then you can adopt it on a larger model. Otherwise, you have no evidence to adopt this on a large model.
No, but following that logic, innovation wouldn't exist. What about innovation? Innovation literally
What do you mean
means something
innovation
that has
wouldn't exist?
Innovation is something that has never been done before. It's something innovative. And you're literally saying
I'm not disputing
anarcho-capitalism has
innovation.
never
What
been
I'm saying is that you have no evidence to justify it's going to be effective as a system, right? That everyone should abide by, right? Right? Unless you have evidence, right? At least on a smaller scale to justify that it's effective. If you don't have it on a smaller scale, well, I'm not going to just adopt a wide scale model. This is a similar critique I give to socialists, right? As socialists can claim that they have a logical basis, they have a logical argument, right? And they can provide, appreciate it, Super, thank you so much, a logical system. But the reason why I dispute that is because there's no empirical basis to justify that it would be beneficial on a large scale. That's why we'd have to adopt it on small scales, see if it works. If it works, then we can adopt it further. If it doesn't work, then we don't adopt it further, right?
Well,
Otherwise, you're just arguing for something that you have no basis to consider correct.
No, you're completely misconstruing what I'm telling you. You can't say that a system doesn't work simply because it has never been implemented on a smaller scale.
That's not what I said. You're not
just
listening. That's not what I said. I said specifically you have no evidence to indicate that it's going to be effective.
I do. I literally gave
No, you
a
don't. You have no
complete
evidence
theoretical-
indicating it's going to be effective because it has not been a model anywhere.
Exactly. You go back to the same thing. You're telling me it's never been a model anyway, so because it has never been used, it's never been used before. It's not good.
There's no
You can't
evidence
say
to
that.
indicate that it
You
would be
can't say that.
effective.
You know, you can think about it as innovation. I mean, you can't judge something just because it has never been implemented before. Otherwise, you could say that with slavery. At the time where slavery was legal, you could say like, "Oh, we have never lived in this country without slavery."
So then
We
is
shouldn't
there
do
like
it
some sort of
because
moral
it's a-
argument you're making? Because I would make a moral argument against
that's not
slavery
a
that
moral
slavery is
argument.
always wrong.
It's just, of course, it's an analogy, but at the time it wasn't wrong for the people. You can't say that, for example, for the Confederate States, slavery wasn't a wrong thing. They thought it was okay.
I have a question. Under your worldview, can someone sell themselves as a slave?
That wouldn't be as what?
No,
What is
like
that
can
kind
they
of
sell
question? If you
themselves
sell
that
yourself-
someone can do anything they want with them?
a slave literally
Under
means that
under
you
your
are-
view, do you think someone should be able to do that? They can sell their body to another person when they're alive.
I mean, if the person wants to sell, like for example, I've heard like, people shouldn't be allowed to sell organs. If you want to talk about the body, I mean, if you have a kidney,
No,
and you
I'm
wanna
not
sell
asking
it,
that.
you can do that.
Should
You want-
someone be able to sell the entirety of their body and their labor for the rest of their life, right, in a contract?
If they want to, who am I to determine if that's good or wrong? Who am I to
Oh,
determine if
so
they
you don't
want
think
to?
you have
if
any
it's their
process
will?
of determining whether or not that would be okay?
What? I mean, look, if the person wants to do that, if they want to sell it, who am I to tell them not to? It's their choice. It's their choice. Like, I don't see what the moral
Yeah,
argument
just
here
because someone wants to
It's their
choose
choice.
to do something, right,
Yeah.
doesn't mean that we think that we should allow it to happen in the context of the system.
If
I
it's
think that's
affecting
pretty
others.
unhinged.
No, if it's affecting others, of course not. I mean, if you choose to take an AR-15 and kill a bunch of people, of course that's not the case because you're affecting other people. But under the libertarian point of view, if you want to sell yourself for a certain amount of money, whatever you want, and you want to do it, who am I to determine if that's good or no? It's like being gay. You're not harming anyone. You can be gay if you want. I don't care. It's your life.
Again, right,
That's
in this
the point.
particular circumstance,
But some people might
right,
argue that
I would say that it can absolutely lead to someone's harm, right?
Who is it harming? Who are you
Right,
harming?
if you sell yourself
Wasn't
completely to
arguing.
someone, they can do
Yeah.
whatever they want with you after this point, right? That could lead to you being treated in ways in which I would consider bad. Sabrina, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you
Okay,
so much.
but
do you not
look-
think so?
look-
Like
look what you
against
just
their
said.
will, like they
No,
could be
if it's against
forced
their
to do
will, no.
things.
If it's
Like,
against
that's
their will,
crazy.
no. No, but
No.
you
After
just
that,
said
okay,
it.
so they sign a contract. After the
Uh-huh.
contract is signed, then they can be forced against their will to do things. That's your
okay,
view.
but you would have to tell me the intricacies of the contract. If the contract is saying X, but then you do Y, we have a problem.
If they signed a
course we have a
contract that they're giving away everything about themselves, right? Complete autonomy to another person, right?
Oh,
and they're selling that,
come
right?
on,
Do
you
you
can do
think that they should be able to revoke consent later on after signing the contract?
I mean, man, I told you about this before. With liberty is a beautiful thing. Freedom is a beautiful thing, and that's one of the things I love about the U.S. The idea of
thank you for the
freedom.
subscription. Thank you
But
so much.
with freedom, it comes responsibility. There's an interesting phrase that Nietzsche used to say. He said, like, there's only one human right, and it is the right to do whatever you want. But with that right, you have one unique responsibility, which is facing the consequences of your actions. So if you sign that contract, knowing what the contract implies, and then you suffer the consequences of that action, I mean, what do you want me to say?
So you think that would be okay or permissible to happen legally speaking
wouldn't
under
say-
yeah?
I mean, yeah, it's a contract. They did it. He decided to.
Wow,
It's his
I think
decision,
that's a
man.
crazy view. So someone who
That's not a
signs a
crazy view.
contract like this,
It's their decision.
you would say that then later in their life, because they signed this contract, could then be forced to have sex, or someone could grape them.
Again, if the contract you're signing explicitly gives you full autonomy and you accepted it, yeah, what do you want me to say? It's your choice. It wasn't my decision. Now you just have to.
I don't even
face
think
the
people should
consequences of
be
your
able
decision,
to.
man.
I don't think people should be able to make these types of contracts.
That's the difference between you and me. You make moral arguments about what people should and shouldn't do.
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah,
I think
we're
they
using
should do
morals.
whatever
I'm
they want
showing
as long-
morally
as long as
absurd
it's not by public.
conclusions under your worldview.
No, it's not absurd. Look, you are.
That is
making-
absolutely
you
an
are
absurd conclusion.
your-
For you to say that it's okay, right, for someone to sell themselves into sex slavery is crazy. Appreciate the hand art. Thank you so much. That is absurd. That is absolutely absurd.
Oh.
You're lagging a lot, man.
You're misconstruing what you're.
I'm not
Yeah,
misconstruing
I'm
anything.
sorry. I think I'm okay now. Look, you're. Yes, of course, because again, the contract was signed with the person knowing what he was going to face after signing the contract. So I don't understand why you why.
I don't care. I don't think that they
should.
should be able to sign a contract like that. Supernova, I just want to say
Exactly. So
these
here's the problem.
concerns. Hold up, these concerns are philosophical, right? It's anarcho-capitalism versus the context of like a different worldview. This is a philosophical conversation. This isn't
Okay.
even related to the Trump conversation. I just want to let you know.
No,
one
I
thing.
agree. I agree.
Two,
No, I
again,
agree.
you would have to
We
argue
can go
from an
back to that, but-
anarcho-capitalist point of view that Trump would be better, and I don't even think you can justify that from that position even.
Yeah, I mean, certain policies that he applied, of course. And let me tell you something. I am not the typical guy that like thinks that the politicians are. Look, my philosophy literally advocates for the elimination of politicians. I don't want politicians to exist. But if I have to choose between Trump and Biden, I will choose Trump. He
And why is
hasn't
that?
caused wars like Biden did, for example.
Wait. What war did Biden cause?
Bro, did you see the Afghanistan withdrawal? How pathetic it was, and then a couple of time after that, the Ukraine-Russia war
Wait,
started, and now we have Israel and Gaza.
Who set up the by the way, in Palestine, that's not a war, that's a genocide. Two, as it relates to the context of that happened, that was going on from prior. Two, if you want to
Right.
talk about the Russia-Ukraine situation, right, that is specifically has nothing to do with the president of the United States.
Of course it does. What do you mean?
How does it have anything to do with the
Like,
president of the United States?
Why do you think Russia never invaded Ukraine during Trump administration? Why do you think it never happened? Why do you think it happened when Biden?
Well,
took
I don't
office?
think I have an explanation, but I don't think
I do.
I have
I
any
do have it.
reason. Wait, hold up. Just because I don't have an explanation doesn't mean you're right. That's there's no reason to believe that, right? But just because I don't have an explanation doesn't mean that you should accept that worldview. So, what reason do you have to hold that?
But I can give you an explanation. Again, like just look at how the Biden policies work. Biden has been like he has had zero toughness on all of these enemies of the state whatsoever. Like zero toughness at all. Look at what happened with the Afghanistan withdrawal.
Zero
In fact,
toughness? No. Give me any reason to believe that under the context of Trump's administration, this wouldn't have occurred.
because you just see first of all because it didn't occur. Like
No.
during Trump
There's
administration,
no
it didn't
reason to
happen.
believe that just because it didn't occur, that means that at this particular time that it wouldn't have occurred. That's a correlation causation fallacy.
It's not true.
That is absolutely a correlation causation fallacy.
It's a fact. It didn't happen. And
No,
you know
that's
what?
a correlation causation. You're saying just because it is the case that these two things are associated with, that one caused the other. And that is a
Okay.
false assumption. You have no reason to believe that.
Look, the tensions between Russia and Ukraine were very horrible during the Trump's administration, but he made it clear. He did. He made it clear to Putin what was going to happen if they invaded Ukraine. He in fact said it, I think, on an interview with Piers Morgan. And now, when Biden takes office, you have the war against like Russia and Ukraine, and then the horrible things that are happening. And yeah, you told me what's happening in Palestine is a genocide. I also think that what happened on October the 7th was a genocide. So I'm not saying that Hamas is a good thing. I actually think they're a
Wait,
terrorist
what do you
group.
consider? What do you consider a genocide?
Genocide literally means that you eliminate or want to eradicate a group of people just because of their ethnicity, race, sex, etc. That's what genocide means. That's exactly,
Yeah. And how could you say that that was applicable in that particular circumstance? Even
Because
though,
that's
again, I
exactly-
condemn the actions of Hamas.
Yeah, because that's literally Hamas. Since they got created, they clearly stated that they're for the elimination of the Israeli people and the Israeli state.
Oh, can
and
you
they
give me
did it on
can you give
October
me
the 7th.
a source that says that they want to eliminate all Israeli people?
The leaders of Hamas have done it multiple times. You can see it on the news.
No, just go
In many
give me a
cases.
source that says that they want to eliminate all Israeli people.
What is
Because
it?
they want to, they don't want the Israeli state, but
Okay,
I think that's different.
That's a very unfair question. That's a very unfair. Give me a source where the Israeli government says that they want to extinguish all the Palestinians. Can you give
Yeah, I
me
mean,
a
I
source
can
of the
give
Israeli
give you
government?
particular people
me.
in the context of the government of Israel that have claimed this.
I wanna, yeah. If you give me a source where the Israeli government says we want to eliminate every single Palestinian,
Yeah, I
yeah,
got you.
it's an unfair question. That's not the. Of course, they've never done it. They have never said that textually. But again, I think that and it's very difficult because when you're fighting against a terror group, it's like just imagine how horrible it would be. And I have a friend from Israel, like a bunch of people in his family have died because of the Gaza conflict. And I think it's a horrible thing. And just because of the decisions that a bunch of people who are leaders of both sides take, and the civilians have nothing to do with it. But you can't say that Hamas is not a terror group. Hamas is a terror group.
I have.
Look what
I
they did on
definitely say
October
that. I
7th.
definitely say that.
Okay, so that's the moral problem when it comes to what do you do to fight terrorism? Like, what do you do? It's very difficult.
Wait, I have a question.
It's
If you were
very
in the
difficult.
U.S., would you be
It's
okay
very
with
difficult.
killing? How many U.S. citizens would you be okay with killing in order to kill one terrorist in the U.S.?
How many what? Citizens?
How many U.S. citizens would you be okay with killing in order to kill one terrorist in the U.S.?
Inside the US?
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot different though, because in the US you have legal, like you have the presence of law and order and like law enforcement. It's a lot different than what's happening
I'm
in
just
Gaza.
asking. I'm
because-
just asking.
Oh, I don't know, man. I can't give you certain numbers. In fact, I don't think that.
So
I don't think that
Israeli
should be the
member,
case.
I don't know how to pronounce their name. It's
Netanyahu?
Knesset, Ariel Kallner, on Saturday called for a second Nakba.
Couldn't hear. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, they called for a second Nakba.
Nakba. What does that even mean?
Right, it's relating to the context of the killing of Palestinians.
Yeah, but again, like the political, like.
So
the
I can give you
Israeli-
multiple sources on this. There's one from The Hill, Middle East Monitor.
Okay.
I-
When you have
Plenty
videos
of
of Hamas, when you have videos of Hamas members, literally GoPro videos, which I've seen, and they're horrible.
Wait, can you
Going
respond to
into-
that? I gave you a source.
Yeah,
Now,
what
can
about
you
it?
give me?
It's a
can you give me a
military-
source, right, of that the Hamas, that members in Hamas want to eliminate all Israelis?
Look, yeah, I think one of
Again,
the
I
best
condemn
sources,
Hamas, by the way. I just want to clarify that.
Okay, and I also do. And like again, probably the biggest source
Can
we
you
have
can you can
nowadays.
you can you tell me?
Yeah, probably the biggest source we have nowadays is the video footage. Like when you see videos of Hamas terrorists getting into Israeli houses, killing innocent people inside of those places.
Wait, no,
just
no.
because they're-
There's no claim specifically that they want to kill all Israelis.
What?
I'm just asking for where the claim is in which they want to kill all Israelis, because you were claiming that this is.
I mean, if
the
you go
context.
into a residential area and you kill all the people there just because they live in Israel, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, you're killing innocent people just because of where they live. I think that's self-explanatory. I think that's very clear.
So you're saying killing people just because of where they live you would consider as genocide?
That's
Christian
exactly
Andor,
what they've
thank
been
you so
doing.
much.
Yeah, and not just people, thousands of people.
Okay.
Look what happened in October the
Okay,
7th.
so sure,
Thousands
let's
of
grant this
Israelis.
then. Let's grant this then, right? You think that genocide is bad, right?
I mean, yeah, under my moral point
So
of
then
view,
you
of
would
course
like
it
to
is.
end what Israel is doing to Palestine because that's a genocide.
I would like to
Appreciate that, Mustache. Thank you so
seriously-
much.
I would like to seriously question and see what changes can be done to control the Israeli
Appreciate that. I see. Thank you so
retaliation.
much. No, no, no,
Israeli
no.
attack
You said
against
you
terrorism.
think genocide is bad. You think they're committing
Yeah.
genocide. So I'm asking you, do you want to stop
I
their
never said they're committing.
actions?
I never said they're committing genocide.
Wait, based upon the standard you just used for there being a genocide on October 7th, right? Well, then that would just indicate this is genocide.
Okay, look, say that it is a genocide. Yes, but again, we go back to the first point. How do you combat terrorism? Do you just let the Hamas terror group continue to invade Israel and kill thousands of Israelis and kill their families, behead people, rape Holocaust survivors?
Wait, are you gonna?
Like,
I
what do you
appreciate
do?
the marvelous convey. Thank you so much. Are you gonna let Israel go in and do the same to Palestinians? Actually,
course
to a
not.
higher extent,
That's-
we've seen more
no, That
Palestinians
shouldn't
die.
be the solution.
Significantly more
No,
Palestinians die.
but the reason why, one of the biggest reasons why there's a lot of Palestinians dying is because, first of all, the facilities and the places where they live, how crowded Gaza is, and obviously because Israel has a much more powerful military force. So Hamas.
No, but 70% of the people who have died in Palestine are women and children.
Yeah, again, and that's part of the reason
Okay,
why
so I have a
think
question.
that's why I think the Israeli response is so
if
bad.
Hamas teleported into the United States, right, and they were upheld in hospitals in the United States, would you see it to be justified to bomb these hospitals with American citizens in them, women and children, 70% of them, right, because, right, you want to kill these terrorists?
In America, like that's a stupid question because you're putting it into it's completely different because you have
The only difference is that some are American and some are Palestinian, right? So what
No,
this
that's
tells
not
me
the
is that
only
you
difference.
devalue
That's not the only
Palestinian
difference.
life.
No, not at all. That's not the only difference.
Absolutely.
In the U.S., you have because if you have a hospital in the U.S. which is embedded into the country, you have a complete control of that. You can literally just surround the hospital with soldiers and conduct a special operation if you want it. If you want that solution, but you can't.
Yeah, like you would
do
go
that
in. Like think about
Gaza.
it this way, right? If you want to preserve
do that in
human
Gaza.
lives, you would do it just like police do. You wouldn't bomb the place. Like police don't bomb places when they
Yeah.
have a suspect, right? They go in with operatives. Similarly, they would go in with operatives. The reason why this is distinct is that they're bombing, right? They're bombing unnecessarily, right? And it's leading to heavy civilian casualties.
And I think the bombing, in many cases, yes, have been certainly unnecessary. But again, it's not as
Wait, so in the
it's not
context of the
easy.
U.S., you would be
Israeli-
like, in the context of the U.S., you'd be like, okay, let's send police in to take out Hamas. In the context of Palestine, you're like, oh, bomb the place.
No. In the
That's
context
crazy.
of Palestine. No, that's not what I said. Why are you putting words in my mouth? I'm
Wait,
simply saying
okay. So clarify then. I must be mistaken. I swear that's what you just said.
that's not what I said. Like I'm saying, okay, yeah, and you know what? Israel has done that. They have sent military forces.
Hey, you got
on,
flagged
like,
for
infantry.
misinformation. I got to go on to the next person, man. He got flagged for misinfo. We have to go on to the next. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024. Everyone, do tap that screen. Let's run it up to 500,000 likes, everyone. Share the live as well, y'all. Hopefully we can get it out to more people. Yo, I appreciate the hand art. Thank you so much, Sam. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey,
Hello?
what's up? I'm
Yeah, are
40.
you going to vote for Trump in 2024?
I am planning on it.
For sure. Will
I
you
still
vote
haven't
for
made my decision, but I'm leaning towards Trump right now.
Yeah, for sure. Why so?
I don't know. I just don't feel like things are going great in the economy. I'm a small business owner. I took a boatload of hits in the last couple of years. And I don't know. It just feels like Biden is moving slow on a lot of things that he could move a little quicker on.
Okay, so I have a question.
We'll see what happens with student loans and a couple other things. And I'm on the fence. I really am on the fence.
Sure, right? So I have a few questions. In order to be able to get these changes to benefit small businesses in America, do you think we require democracy?
100%.
Okay. Do you think that if someone is denying the results of a fair and democratic election, that they're undermining democracy?
100%. I don't agree with that whole narrative at all.
So do you think that Trump lost the election in 2020?
Absolutely. We lost it fair and square.
Okay. So he's not accepting the results of a fair and democratic election, undermining American democracy. We require democracy to get this change to help small businesses, right? So shouldn't you support Biden as a means to help small businesses because we require democracy, which Trump is undermining, to be able to do that?
I should. I like I said, I have a very weak argument against that. The only thing I can say is if that is the determining case for not voting for Trump, why go after him with the other 100 court cases, which Some of them are justified. I agree. The sexual harassment probably is justified. Maybe, I don't know. But a lot of them are just BS, right? I mean, go after him for the facts. Go after him for performance. Go after, I mean, he put a Chinese,
I can do that actually, right? 83% of his tax cuts went to the top 1%, and it decreased after tax income for the lowest quintile, for the middle class, and it increased it for the top 1%, top 0.1%, and for the highest quintile. So he took money from the poor to give it to the rich. That's effects of his policy that are benefiting, or I mean, negatively impacting people right now.
It could have. I don't have the stats in front of me, so I'll just take your word for on that one. So I'm not, and like I say, I'm not.
That's from the Tax Policy Center and the Joint Committee on Taxation. They did a distributional analysis on the Tax Cut and Jobs Act.
Okay, I'll agree with you. Like I said, I'm not 100% Trump person, but the reason I joined was I was going to kind of go back to what you're talking about with the insulin, and like intellectual property rights. I don't know if you're willing to talk about that again.
Sure, we can. But if this isn't relevant to whether or not you're going to vote for Trump, well, then it wouldn't be relative to the live. But I'd followed you, and you can like message me about it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think it's It's one of the reasons I do like Trump is deregulation, right? I'm not a heavy regulation person. So when you look at something like insulin, which is probably not a great example, but it's a brand new cancer drug or something else, it's very expensive to get through the FDA. Right. And it's private money that's doing that. So if government were to move out of the way, it would help other people innovate. Right. So when you're giving away, and we'll go back to the insulin.
But what are you risking there? Is it going to lead to people being less safe?
Well, Parker, if you.
So like when you're talking about these policies, there's a cost there. You got to analyze the cost to the benefits.
I agree. So who picks up that cost though? Who picks up the $1 to $2 billion in FDA costs? Right. The development of a medicine is easy. That's $10 million. The rest of the $2 billion goes into regulatory costs and 5 to 10 years. Right. So who's picking up that cost? The private entity. So whoever's taking the risk. I mean, if the government wants to pay for that, then let's have that conversation. But that's a huge issue. I mean, I'm in the biotech business. To get a test kit like that COVID rapid test, it is about $300,000 to $500,000, right? For one small screening test, that's it, and it takes about 3 years to get through. So who's going to
wait for tests for COVID?
It was sped up during the Trump era, and I'm just using COVID.
I don't think that's true.
It was sped up. It was definitely sped up during the COVID era, but a normal FDA screen 510K approval is expensive and lengthy.
So the FDA approval, right, can be lengthy, right? But again, there are reasons why we would have that, right? So we're weighing things. You can't just say, oh, it costs money, therefore bad, right? You have to acknowledge the reason why we have these implemented. Similarly, we have particular safety standards as it relates to driving, right? That costs more as it relates to your car. Lucy, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate the Lucy. Thank you so much, Bree. That costs more for your car, but it keeps us more safe as a society.
I agree with that. But where does, so, and let's go back to this insulin. Let's just say one company comes up with this insulin, that's not what's happening, but let's say that one company comes up with insulin. They put the $2 billion in, they wait the 5 to 10 years to get it approved. And then I don't know a company would ever spend $200,000, but they charge an exorbitant price in the beginning, right? And then for the first 20 years, their IP is protected. After that, it goes to generic. Unfortunately, that's not how our IP system has been working in the last probably 30 years, but that's the way it's supposed to work, right? So that exorbitant price is to get is to incentivize them to take that risk. I mean, nobody has $2 billion sitting around.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and again, you understand that you can incentivize without actually fucking over people, right?
I mean, I don't plan on it, but I mean, people do it. I mean, what was his name? Martin Shkreli or Shirk, the one who went to jail. He fucked up a lot of people. I mean, he fucked over a lot of people.
Yeah, and you got to have a process to hold these people accountable, right?
And in jail, 100% jail, right? If they're abused, and I'm not an anti-government person. I think there needs to be regulation. I think there needs to be those things, but it needs to be it has to make sense. It has to be balanced. You can't have, like the last guy, he was talking about a free capitalist system. That's not going to work because capitalism is going to have too much power. Same thing.
You gotta have some type of regulatory process. Yeah, absolutely agree. So again, my point would be is that like if you think that Biden has bad policy, right? Sure, you can think that, but it would still make sense, even from your perspective of thinking Biden has bad policy, to vote for Biden because he's not a threat to democracy to the same degree as Trump.
I don't think any president should be a threat to democracy. We have a Congress and a court system.
Trump is a threat to democracy.
I don't think so.
Right?
I
Again,
think
he's a threat to democracy because he's not accepting the results of a fair and democratic election. Appreciate the handout. Thank you so much. Which specifically has gotten tens of millions of Americans to believe this. HM, thank you so much for the $10 on Cash App. Thank you so much, HM.
Republican people, they came out of the woodwork probably 10, 12 years ago with McCain's election when Palin was out there. They're just the Tea Party people. They'll disappear again. But I agree. It's not a good thing. I agree with you 100%. I think something like January 6th was horrible. Horrible what happened.
Literally tens of millions of people believe this. So you can't say that it doesn't affect our elections. You can't say it doesn't affect our country for a president of the United States to perpetuate lies and misinformation about the election, right, for years.
And he's going to continue.
And that's a bad thing, right? Don't you see that to be a bad thing?
I think it's a horrible thing. I think it's a horrible thing. Like I said, that's why I'm on the fence. But when it comes down to what's going to happen if Biden stays and Trump stays, I don't know. I think we'll be a little better under Trump right now. Maybe Biden a little bit. I don't know. Like I said, I am on the fence 100%. I'm not pushing either way. But I am leaning towards Trump. I know a lot of people. I'm in Michigan, and I know a lot of people. It's a swing state, and they're pushing for Trump right now. A lot of people in Detroit are pushing for Trump. A lot of UAW workers want Trump. So it's there is something that resonates. It resonated 2 elections ago. I think it's going to resonate again.
Okay, so just because people resonate with Trump, that doesn't mean he's a better candidate. I don't see what your point is here, right? This is very clearly that's still like negative towards democracy. Sydney, thank you for the subscription. Thank you so much.
Like I said, I don't have much of an argument against you, Parker. It's just a feeling that I want to vote for somebody, and maybe I won't vote for him. We'll see where that goes. But I was more interested in talking about the regulatory stuff. I'll shoot you a message.
For sure, man. Appreciate you coming on.
Yep, later, man.
All right, let's go to the next person, everyone. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. We are just looking for some debates, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hi, I am 38. I'll be 39 in May.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
I don't know who I'm going to vote for. I'm definitely not voting for Trump, but I will say this. If Joe Biden signs off on the TikTok ban, do you think that Trump will have more of a leeway?
Maybe the ban's not going to go through, and through until Trump or Biden would be gone if he were to lose anyway. Until after the election. And then 2, as it relates to this, it's going to get held up in the court system likely because other businesses are not being treated like this.
Right, which is crazy.
But I do think this is not a good look for Joe Biden. So I definitely dispute that. But yeah, no, appreciate you coming up. But I'm going to look for people who will vote for Trump in 2024.
Thank you
so much. Have a great day.
You too.
To the next person, everyone. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. Let's get this next person up here real quick, y'all. If you want to check out the video I just posted, do make sure to do so, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, I'm 23.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
No. Can I just have a question about your Christianity debate?
Once I'm doing the Christian topic, you can. Absolutely. Let's go on the next person, everyone. Please only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. We are simply just looking for some debates, everyone. Yo, how old are you?
18.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Yeah. So I just have a quick question for you. I'll leave right after. What's it called? How did the Whatever podcast go? I really want to know about this. I keep watching.
Oh, I couldn't. We didn't go because they canceled on us and then wouldn't set up a day to do it while Dean was here. So,
bro, that is so annoying. I was so excited
like
to
running.
watch that podcast, bro.
Yeah, I was excited to go on and shit on them, but
all right, thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, y'all. Let's go to the next person. Everyone, please only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. We are simply just looking for some debates, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, I'm 53.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Absolutely.
And why is that?
Because he makes all the right decisions for the country. He runs the country like a business. He's not fraudulent like the rest of the politicians.
Okay, so what makes you think that other candidates are fraudulent and Trump isn't?
I don't know where to start. Joe Biden gives all his money to China.
What evidence do you have for that?
None that I can put up right now, but it's everywhere. Just research it.
Okay, so just because you said that happened doesn't mean it did.
No,
If you
I
have no
know, but
evidence to
that's my
indicate that,
reason.
why would I believe that?
I'm not asking you to. You asked me
Okay.
why I will vote for Trump.
Yeah, but like it seems like there's no reason you have there.
Why do you not like Trump?
He's a proven sexual abuser. He's a proven fraudster. He's been lying about the election for the past few years with no sufficient evidence to indicate that he won. He specifically put in multiple Supreme Court justices to overturn Roe versus Wade that led to 13-year-olds in this country being forced to go through pregnancies. He willfully retained classified documents, lied about it, hid it from his particular lawyers and from the government. He also specifically called for it to be illegal to burn the American flag in protest to the American government, which is against freedom of expression, right? He's called for plenty of things that I would consider bad, right? He said that a 10-year-old's face that he would date her in 10 years, right? He has also specifically said it was justified for him to walk into changing rooms of little girls in Miss Teen USA because he quote unquote owned the place. He said he would date his daughter if it wasn't his daughter. Oh, he left. Okay. All right, let's go to the next person, everyone. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I am 41.
Adrian, thank you so much. I appreciate the galaxy. Thank you so much. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Yeah,
And why is
for
that?
sure. I just feel like he's done a lot of good, and I feel like sometimes he does hurt people's feelings. He's not the best talker, but he does have a genuine love for the country and its people, and he just wants it to be better.
So you're saying he's done a lot of good. Can you name one thing that he did that was good for the middle class?
Yeah, I mean, he does all kinds of stuff for the African American community. He even does stuff in other countries for.
I said the middle
He
class.
fights for. I don't know. I'm not like a technical person. I'm like a gist person.
Okay, so appreciate the superpower. Thank you so much. You can't mention a single thing in which he did to benefit the middle class, but for some reason he's done a lot of good things. What would you consider that he did was good?
Okay, so he fights for gay rights in other countries so they don't get beaten and horribly just treated. So he's doing
I'm
that.
asking for
He
something that's
has-
relevantly different amongst Trump and Biden.
He's coherent. That's pretty big. Like he's coherent when he talks.
So he fell asleep 2 times in court recently. He also mistook E. Jean Carroll for his ex-wife. Is that coherent?
Yeah, I mean,
Really? That's super coherent that he fell asleep multiple
feel
times.
like we
If
watch
Biden fell asleep
different
multiple times, you would
news.
think completely otherwise.
I feel like we watch different news things. Like I
What
feel
news
like
do you
you're
watch?
like
OAN, Fox News?
honestly, I kind of quit watching the news. I do a lot of research online with
And
videos.
what online
and
do you look at?
everything, whatever pops up, even whether I agree with it
Anything
or
in
not.
specific?
No.
Nope.
I wouldn't say anything
Like
specific, but
Facebook, TikTok.
oh yeah, Facebook, both. Yeah, both of them.
I bet, yeah. This sounds like a really great place to find your information.
Right, that's where it starts, and then you can Google information and find more stuff and go deeper.
I bet you do that often.
Okay, so I didn't come on here to get put down, so
I'm just
You're a lot
saying, like,
different
do you do
now.
that often?
you're a lot different now. I don't know how to leave the chat or like
How am I a
close it,
lot
so
different?
you used to have a kindness to you. No matter what, you didn't like. I've watched the other kid that you come on here sometimes with too, and he's kind of mean. You were not mean. You still had like a Christian soul to you, and you were kind to people,
Christian
and you
soul?
didn't like put them down. Yeah, it's how you were raised.
It
It is
has
how
nothing
you
to
were
do with
raised.
Christianity. I'm literally an
Okay.
atheist.
Whatever. Okay, whatever you want to call it, however you
So
describe
I
it.
just disagreed with you, and I said like that you likely aren't looking up information as it relates to the context of Google, especially because you couldn't
You did
specify
not
any
just
particular
say
source
that.
you look
You
into.
did not say that. I don't know if you don't comprehend that you're
Rachel, what
being
did I say?
smart ass when someone says something. I don't know how to hang up this thing, or I would.
What did I say? Like, I didn't say anything that was crazy.
No, it's not crazy. I'm not. It's just different. You're just different.
Okay. Like, you saying I'm different isn't actually like showing anything, but
I understand, but you're gonna have like a rude comment after. I'm not talking about the questions. I didn't say the questions were rude. I said your comments, like I'm dumb and oh I bet you would, and you didn't use.
no,
to
I
talk
said
like that.
I said I bet you do that often, and it was literally you saying that you look up at things on Google to cross-reference things. That was it. If you consider that like crazy
reason.
or really really bad, wow, Parker's changed so much, right? I don't know what to tell you when I've literally gone and shown you in this conversation that you have no particular source that you're referencing. So do I think that you often do that? No. The reason I think you often don't do that is because you have a lack of information as it relates to the
I don't go
conversation.
around with
If you consider
references
that
in
being
my
a
back
smartass, if you
pocket.
consider that being like annoying, right? Well, then that's all on you. I'm simply describing a
I
fact of
don't
reality.
think you're annoying. I think you've changed. I don't think you're annoying or whatever else. I watch you kids. I see the stuff you do. I think you're
That's
generally
trivial.
good.
I always change, but dude, are you saying like in a bad light, right? You're saying I changed for the bad. That's what you're trying to indicate with this, because we all should change.
We all should change. Yes, for sure. I agree with that. I don't know. I don't know how to describe me. I don't carry around like evidence in my pocket of stuff. You search the internet, you scroll it, some of it, I'm super ADHD, some of it you take in, some of it you don't, but I don't have like references in my back pocket, just like, oh, I'm not, no offense. I know you enjoy this and I think it educates a lot of people. I think that's great, but I don't carry those facts around. I just have my belief system. You know what I'm saying?
And this is what I think is problematic, is that we don't rely upon reason, we don't rely upon evidence, and that ultimately leads to less accountability in our democratic systems. This is why democracy
It's not.
fails. Is because we're low information, is because we don't critically think, is because we base our opinions off of feelings rather than basing them based upon facts and argumentation.
No, it's because my life is not revolved around debating.
I never said your life has to be revolved around debating.
Right. So that doesn't mean the information that I know, because I didn't comprehend all of it, or because I don't have it in my back pocket to debate some kid on whatever this app is. It doesn't mean that it's not.
You just don't have a reason you want to vote for Trump, right? Again, I'm asking you, you're going to vote for it, right? You should be informed upon it.
Things that are important to you and things that are important to me are different, and your views
Name
are
one
different.
thing you
and
like
that's
that Donald
okay.
Trump did.
Listen, I'm just not a person that like debates like this.
Rachel, I'm just asking for one thing.
I've already said several things. I talked about the people he's helping in other countries. I talked about all the things he's done for the African Americans.
What do you do for
loves the
African
flag.
American people in this country?
All kinds of stuff. He's done all kinds of funding. I don't know. Can I Google it? And I can tell you some of the stuff that I don't.
Sure, that sounds like you don't know
have these
anything.
facts.
You don't
I
know
understand.
anything.
Okay, that's fine.
Rachel, this is important, right? You need
It
to
is
have reason
important,
to believe
and
the
I
things that you
don't
do.
have, and I don't spend my life debating. I just don't have these
don't
facts
have
just
to,
sitting
Rachel.
around.
I'm not saying you
For
have
me,
to.
I do.
No,
For
you
me, I
don't.
do. You
No,
don't
you
know
don't.
me. You don't know how I intake information or anything else. And I'm not that kind of person that can just pull shit. Like, I have a very hard time, inputting information. I get the gist of stuff, but not like all the, I don't know. I'm a
Rachel,
little
but
slow,
you're
I guess, when it comes to
you're
books.
holding yourself back by saying that, okay? You're continuing a
No,
cycle of you
listen, I
not
can
looking into
build-
things
I can-
by saying that you just don't care enough, by saying it doesn't matter, right? Which ultimately,
That's not
this
what
is
I'm
a product.
saying at all.
Then tell me
You
what I'm
keep changing the
misunderstanding.
meaning. You keep changing the meaning of my words. Like, I didn't say
What
it
did I
doesn't matter.
change?
It 100% does matter. I guess you could say these days a learning disability. where I will get the gist of stuff. I'm not going to remember names. I never remember names unless they're like big, like Trump, Biden, stuff I hear all the time. Repetitive. So other than that, I just comprehend the gist of things. So I apologize, but I really am not a person that can just pull fact stuff. So when I speak in my daily life, I just love people. I'm very spiritual. So I don't know. I just don't talk like that. Even my daughter, she's in the middle of transitioning. She's taking medication. She's having, hair grows out of her chin. And we don't have that in our world.
Him? He?
Well, it's a girl. It's my daughter.
He, right?
And he's transitioning. But we don't have that in our world. We just love one another. And when I speak to people on a daily basis, I don't know, I don't talk like this to people. I'm not used to speaking like this.
Okay, so I understand you're not used to people are speaking like this. I get that. But this is what I'm trying to open people up to, is critically thinking like this, questioning their belief system, and then forming conclusions based
All
on that.
these people are saying such mean things. Please.
And you're focusing more on nothing like that I'm saying.
Listen, I don't need all these. I am a very nice person. I have a great relationship with my daughter, or whatever everyone wants to say, but I'm still a nice person. I'm not trying to be.
Handouts. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's go on to the next person, everyone. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024. Thank you for the hand. I appreciate it. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Appreciate the hand art. Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to go to the next person, everyone. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. Again, we are just looking for some debates, y'all. Keep tapping that screen, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I am 46.
Aaron, thank you for the $4.20. Thank you so much. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Absolutely.
And why so?
Well, only one of the two men is a proven plagiarist, and that would be Joe Biden. He lied about knowing about his son's involvement in business. We found the emails. They've been released.
Trump cheat on the SAT?
You know what? So what? You know what I'm saying? I'm not voting.
That's plagiarism.
He cheated on the SATs. Oh my God.
That's plagiarism.
And Biden lied about 3 degrees, dude, and lied about where he was ranked in his class.
Jeffrey, is that not plagiarism?
No, it's not. That is called cheating. That is not plagiarism.
Wait. What is plagiarism?
Plagiarism is copying somebody else's work.
And saying it's yours. Appreciate the hand.
Yes, and I've never seen.
So when you cheat on a test, you copy someone else's work and say it's yours. That's literally exactly by definition
where's
plagiarism.
Where's evidence that he cheated on the SAT? Where's that evidence from?
I'll pull it up. It's been a minute since I checked.
Yeah. I'm curious. I've personally never. I'm sorry. I've personally never heard that before.
I got you.
Could
you provide the evidence of what you said specifically?
Yeah, 1988 presidential election. Biden plagiarized a speech from a British politician, said his dad was a coal miner. Number 2, the other reason why, while you're looking that up, I just curious where this evidence from the SAT was. Second, the fact that China gave money to the Penn Biden Center and Joe Biden took $1 million from it.
Specifically,
never taught a class.
I want to give you the
yeah, sure, brother.
Trump's. Oh wait, hold up. Sorry, hold up. It's I get like the little pop-up thing. So I have something for the New York Times or the Washington Post. Jesse, I appreciate the $4.20. Thank you so much. Mary Trump says Trump cheated on SAT to get into college. Right, this indicates.
So somebody makes an accusation, but that's not proof. That's an accusation.
Appreciate the $4.20. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Shala, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
That's an accusation.
Shayla, thank you so much. I apologize. Thank you so much.
Whereas Biden was forced to drop out of the 88 presidential election over this.
Here, I got you.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So again, as it relates to the context of the book, right, I would indicate that it would be likely to be true based upon the fact that she put her entire reputation on the line for this particular claim, right? And she had particular experience and reference close to him. And then
and it has nothing to do with making millions of dollars from a book?
So you think that it was fake because of she wanted to make millions of dollars on the book?
I'm saying that people make claims all the time in books. And making a claim and having proof are two different standards. And I'll concede it could be a valid claim. I wasn't there, you weren't there, but there's no proof for that. But there is a claim. You're absolutely right. But I'll move on to
Can we
number.
indicate probability of a claim?
Yeah, it could be 50-50. Could have it happened? Could it not happen? Did I do dumb shit when I was a kid? Absolutely.
Well, I'm not disputing that, but for you to say that you're going to dispute Trump coming up here because of that, well, then this would be one thing. And then
Well, that
Trump-
wouldn't be a reason why I would vote for him. That's just like saying, I saw this guy do this. It doesn't make it true. So whereas in
I have a
1988,
question. If it was if it was obviously false, why didn't Trump specifically sue Mary for this?
you know what? What is he going to sue for? Like
Defamation?
why? You know what? He's not like the Democrats. He doesn't sue over everything. But
He very well would.
Number two. We'll move on. The Penn Biden Center took $1 million, never taught there. They took $60 million from the Chinese. Biden's
You give me evidence
advisor.
of that?
Yeah, absolutely. What's
the evidence?
It's been reported widely in the news, and it's from the school has not denied it.
What's
They
the
say it's
title?
normal. They
like
say
a
it's
sentence?
normal. Yes, they say it's normal. So
What's the title?
UPenn,
It's like
which
a
hosts
sentence?
Biden, it's right here. There's a news article right here. UPenn, which hosts Biden think tank, sees Chinese donations soar, including from CCP linked sources, but they say that that's not necessarily uncommon. But he never taught a class there. He just got $1 million for nothing. Can
So
you
he
tell
got-
me
he got
what?
he got a political donation from someone that's related to China?
It's not a political donation. It's a center that he started when he got out of the vice presidency at the University of
So
Pennsylvania,
let's see this.
and it was funded by
This is
the
on
Chinese.
Fox News, by the way.
I don't care where it's sourced. There's other sources too. They wrote about it in the New York Times, the Daily Pennsylvania, the Pennsylvanian. It's reported all over.
Yeah, so let's
Number-
see this specifically, right? So we're
Num-
saying that no, what's the particular claim? So the
So we can
University
go
of
to-
Pennsylvania recently saw its donations from China exponentially swell from previous reporting periods. So is this to Biden?
It's to the UPenn Biden Center.
Let me see specifically.
Yeah.
All right. Records obtained by the APT from the Pennsylvania's Department of Education reveal the universities pulled in $25 million in contributions from entities and individuals in China. I appreciate the $4.20. Thank you so much, Ryan. Mid 2022 and mid 2023. This figure is a significant expansion over the 8.6 million received from the country during its previous reporting period, covering mid 2021 to mid 2022. The Ivy League school amassed $130 million in donations from China between mid 2018 and mid 2023, an exponential boost from its previous years.
Yep. So the Chinese started
according
giving
to
more
the
money once Biden was
Wait,
involved.
so this isn't to Biden.
It's to the UPenn. It's called
to
the Penn
UPenn.
Biden Center. It's to the Penn Biden Center,
Yeah,
which is named after Joe
no,
Biden.
it's not just to them. It's to it's to
60 million of that went. 60 million of that went to the Penn Biden Center, of which he got
Okay,
paid
so-
$1 million for doing nothing.
So Biden got paid $1 million.
He got $1 million from the Penn Biden Center. Never taught a class.
Okay,
Never
so-
taught a class.
Okay, so you're saying that this is specifically from China to give Biden $1 million.
It was from Biden to the university, and the university used that money to pay him out. No, of course not.
And what did he get paid
They're not
for?
going to take. There's not going to be. They're going to work through
Can you
any
answer
minute.
what he got paid for?
Huh? That's a great question. I don't know. He never did anything. He never showed up. He never taught a class. He never did anything.
No, I think you're just
So-
not giving me the information.
No.
If I look it up and find the information, would I be justified in kicking you off my live if you are specifically withholding this information?
I'm not. I can honestly promise you, if there is a reason why he got paid, I do not know it. So you can educate me absolutely. I'm not making a
What did
fake
Biden get
claim.
money
I'm just
from?
telling you what I know.
Get $1 million from what?
From the Penn Biden Center.
From Penn Biden Center. Okay, let's look this up.
And like I said, dude, I think you're a nice dude. I watch you a lot. I don't always agree with you, but I'm telling you, this guy is corrupt. And I'm not saying Biden's not corrupt or
between
Trump's not corrupt either,
2017, listen, between 2017 and 2019, UPenn paid President Biden more than $900,000, and the university, right? This level of access raised questions about who has access to classified documents found at the Penn Biden Center. Is imperative to understand whether the Biden family members or associates gained access to the classified documents while stored at the Penn Center, right? And there seems not to be sufficient evidence to ground that. So it's just a question of whether or not we're finding that.
And like I said, there's a question.
But it seems this is in 2017 and 2019. So how is this specifically relating to the context of like him doing something, as he wasn't particularly in office at that point?
Well, he wasn't in office, but somehow classified documents made it there. That's kind of funny. I know I can't just go grab classified documents and take them to somebody.
Again, I'm just asking, right? 2017, 2019, what would that relate to, particularly him doing something as he wasn't in Congress at that point?
I don't know. My question is how did he make it?
If he wasn't in Congress at that point, how could you say that it was relevant to any of the policy that he specifically influenced?
Well, I know that when people take money, I know the Chinese government. My cousin had a business over there. They don't do anything for doing it. They don't just give money for the kindness of their heart. They have an agenda.
You could say whatever that they have an agenda for. And again, you're seeing the Chinese Communist Party. These are just people in China. Okay, so there's a distinction, right?
Yeah, linked to the Chinese Communist Party.
When you say that they're linked, you could say that there are certain people that have affiliations in the context of their life, whether they voted for specific things or anything. So that's a very vague usage of the term. 1, 2.
Correct. I say it's enough evidence to say that there's a question there. That's it.
Okay, but just there being a question doesn't mean that he's corrupt.
Okay, well, number 3, his advisor to Ukraine when he was vice president was also the whistleblower on Donald Trump's call when he was trying to get the prosecutor to investigate the board that his son sat on, funny enough, and told him he was going to withhold money unless he fired the prosecutor that was looking into the company that his son sat on the board, who had no experience in
I think you're misrepresenting this story, right? He's an attorney, 1, by the way, his son. 2, if you want to reference this particular case, it was due to the context of corruption, right? This has been explained, right? If you already just said correct and you knew that, you just purposefully misrepresented it to be able to create a
No, that is not a misrepresentation.
That's what you
He's
just
an attorney, but he's not an expert on Ukraine. You just said
that you understood that. You understood not only that he was qualified, but 2, that it was not relative to this. So
he was not qualified.
Okay,
my buddy's an attorney doesn't mean he's qualified to go sit on a board of a foreign country in oil and gas.
If it relates to his job and being an attorney, it can. You could
he
say that he has a greater amount of networking because he knows people through the context of the president of the United States. I wouldn't dispute that, as that's going to be true for any president of the United States' children, right?
Oh, so you're saying that the vice president of the United States used his influence to get his son a job in a foreign country?
I didn't necessarily say that Biden did. I said that people in families, right, of presidents can use the idea that they have knowledge of other people due to the context of their parents have interacted with people, or people in the family have interacted with other people. That doesn't mean that Joe Biden specifically set this up in some sort of corrupt context. This just means that given that they have a greater amount of people that they might know, right, that might indicate that they have a greater likelihood to be able to find positions like this comparative to the other person.
Yeah, like I said, the dude was on crack. He's over in a foreign country. Once again, it's enough to raise questions. You cannot clarify that.
I don't see how this relates to Joe Biden, right? Like, I'm not seeing any sufficient evidence there.
You know, the part where it relates is the fact that he said during the election that he had no knowledge. And now there are emails coming out that he, in fact, did have explicit knowledge and had talked to people. And Hunter's partners say he was influence peddling. When people that were in the room say it.
Can you show me who specifically? I'd love to see this.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tony Bobolinsky.
All right. And is that a person that he knew specifically?
That was Hunter Biden's business partner.
Yeah, I'm talking about as it relates to the context of Joe Biden.
Yes, absolutely. And like I said, they're finding more that his aide went on to work for the CIA, and all of a sudden his aide was the whistleblower when Trump literally did the same thing that Biden did with threatening aid. And then there was a whole impeachment process over the exact same thing.
So where did it specifically say that Tony Bobulinski said that specifically Biden was involved?
Okay. I've actually heard him on the radio say it, but
Okay.
I mean, I've heard interviews with him. I believe he said it in Congress, but I can look up a specific article for you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely, brother.
So I think you're mistaking people because it says that this is a Navy veteran, right? To my knowledge here, is Bobulinski a Navy veteran?
No.
Okay, well then
Nope.
that's not who
Yeah.
identified Joe Biden to be this way.
So, United States House Committee witnesses confirmed Joe Biden's involvement in his family's business, which he said when he was elected he had no knowledge.
And who specifically was this, right? Didn't something come out and say that he was specifically lying, right? Because there was one person that was shown to have done that, right? This could be someone else, but to my knowledge, there was a particular individual in which was shown to have done that.
The Wall Street Journal, Tony Bobulinski. Joe Biden was the brand. This was one of Hunter's business partners.
Wait, what was the title?
It's Wall Street Journal. It's Tony Bobulinski. Joe Biden was the brand. Former Biden family business associate.
Joe Biden is the brand.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's pull this up.
Tony Bobulinski testifies Joe Biden.
Opinion. Tony Bobulinski. Joe Biden was the brand. I don't have the Wall Street Journal, so where do you read that?
I do. I mean, it's just one of the many things I read. But Washington Examiner, Tony Bobulinski testifies Joe Biden participated in family's Chinese business ventures. Now, if he was lying, he would be going in and lying under oath. So he's risking perjury.
That's actually what someone was found of. Testifies.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Wait,
Tony
so Tony
Bobulinski
testifies what?
He testifies Joe Biden participated in family's Chinese business deal.
Participated in family business deal?
Yep.
All right, let's pull this up. You said it was
And
from
I do want to preference too that Trump is not my first choice.
Which is it from?
What's that?
Yeah, which
it's
is it
from the Washington Examiner.
I don't see the Washington Examiner.
Ashley Oliver is the journalist.
Here we go. Here, I found it. Yeah, I see this. Okay. One of Hunter Biden's former business partners told Congress in a closed-door interview this week that he witnessed firsthand how Joe Biden was involved with members of his family's business with Chinese energy conglomerates and discussed how Joe Biden met with associates to further the dealings. Tony Bobulinski said, according to the transcript released by House Republicans on Friday, that he himself met with Joe Biden multiple times in 2017 and that Hunter Biden had introduced them in the context of Bobulinski's work with the energy company. The company CEFC was tightly interwoven with the Chinese government, and Bobulinski said he remembered asking Joe Biden's brother James, who was also involved in their venture, how the family was getting away with using Joe Biden's political prominence and influence to secure work with CEFC. And it was, James Biden, how are you doing it? It doesn't make sense. Aren't you guys concerned that if Joe Biden runs for president of the United States in the future, that he'd be working with business directly with the Chinese? Bobulinski said. He looks at me and chuckles in some sort of way. Plausible deniability, Bobulinski said. Many of Bobulinski's claims first surfaced in 2020, and Joe Biden responded by repeatedly denying ever speaking to his son, right, or his son's associates about their business ventures. As evidence to contradict that denial has surfaced, such as messages uncovered by Congress and whistleblower testimony, Joe Biden has since tempered his denials and has more recently said through a spokesman that he was not in business with his family members. So there was apparently evidence to contradict these particular claims, right, given in Congress, right?
Right.
So that contradicts Bobulinski's claims.
Correct. But he went to Congress and went under oath and said, this is what happened. So he's risking jail time to lie, which is a lot
Sure, that
more
would
of a
increase the probability of the claim. But if we see that specifically, that it indicates that there was evidence that surfaced that specifically contradicted the claims of Bobulinski, that indicates that he lied or that he said something incorrect.
Correct, but
So
once
although it
again-
does increase probability without other information, since we have
Yeah.
information that this was brought up, it kind of disputes that.
There are. It's like a he said, she said. But number 3 or number 4, the other reason why is because you know what, my taxes were a lot lower, and I made more money under Donald Trump. So it's finances.
Wait, did you know that? Did you know that we're currently still in a Trump tax policy?
Yeah, we are. But my tax burden has increased
Under Trump tax policy.
Yes, but so has my cost of living. So do you know that technically inflation
So how
is
is
a
that
tax?
caused by Biden?
Do you know inflation is a tax?
It's not a tax, but it definitely decreases purchasing power.
Yeah, but you know what
Hunter,
it does
thank
for
you
the
for the 17-month subscription.
You know what it
Hunter
does
in
for the
chat. Thank you
government?
so much.
It makes money cheaper. It makes it easier to pay off debts that you took when money was worth more. Now it's worth
that's
less.
also for people. That's also for people who are pulling out debt. So when you pull out debt on your
Correct.
mortgage, right, that's going to cost less over time.
Correct.
So
Correct.
that's actually a reason why we have our own 2% inflation targets.
Correct. But like I said, Trump isn't even my first choice, and I will freely admit that he's not my first choice. But I would never vote for Biden. There's other guys that I like.
So why is Biden better than a proven sexual abuse, or worse than a proven sexual abuser, proven fraudster, election denier who's overturning our election, undermining our
Okay,
election
so-
processes? Someone who's called for Roe versus Wade to be overturned by putting multiple Supreme Court justices
Okay.
in office to overturn Roe versus Wade. Plenty of things.
Okay, so when we want to talk about the sexual abuse, Joe Biden's daughter's journal said he showered with her at an inappropriate age.
So
And
Jeffrey, did you hear me earlier respond to this? So there were
No, I
handwriting
didn't.
specialists that have gone over this that indicated there were different types of handwriting as it relates to the context of these things, given her handwriting versus what was in the context of this journal. So that disputes the claim that this was specifically her.
Okay,
Right? One,
so-
two, we're talking about with the context of with Donald Trump, that he's been held liable for sexual abuse.
So then why did 2 people go to jail for supposedly stealing her journal if it's not her journal?
Yeah. So again, the idea is again that it's they claimed that this is this is that, right? So it's the
Okay,
idea.
but the 2 guys went to jail for that claim. So, but I digress.
Wait. So what would they get charged with?
They got charged with stealing her diary.
Here, let's pull this up. What did the people get charged with who, quote unquote, stole Ashley's diary?
Yep. And her name is Amy Harris, and the DOJ said that she stole Ashley Biden's diary.
So
she stole her diary, which that was in, but it either was her diary or it wasn't her diary. But according to the DOJ, it was in fact her diary.
let me pull this up.
Now, could they have taken it and faked the entry? Absolutely.
This actually could be before the stuff was changed. What's it called?
But
the handwriting.
Yeah.
They
And
identified that
well,
could
once
be the
again,
case.
is that
when was this
possible?
coming out? When did this article come out? That could be before they had this information. But
Right, and
what it
yeah.
specifically is that they took, or not they took, that they claimed this and they sold it to Project Veritas.
Yes, and CNN reported April 10th, 2024, that the woman who stole her diary was sentenced to prison.
What was the prison sentence for?
For stealing her diary.
No. What was the prison sentence for? Was it just for stealing or theft?
Yeah, for stealing Ashley
And where'd you see
Biden's
that?
belongings. Right, it's on CNN.
I'm currently reading CNN right now. I don't see where you're
Yeah,
talking.
Florida woman who stole Ashley Biden's diary in 2020 sentenced to 1 month in jail.
Yeah, again, I'm asking sentence for what, so we'd have to see that specifically.
So
I
in
can
the
try to
article,
find it. So give me a sec.
In the article, it said Harris, 41, pleaded guilty to stealing Ashley Biden's belongings in 2020 after she moved into a Delray Beach, Florida home where the daughter of the now president had recently lived and temporarily stored some of her personal belongings.
I don't see where it says Harris. I'm on the CNN article. I don't see where it says Harris 41. I'm currently doing a find me. Give me a second.
Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3. It's third paragraph down.
I looked up Harris 41. I don't see it. I'm on the third paragraph. I don't see it.
Harris 41.
What's the title? I might have a different title.
Oh, yeah. Florida woman who stole Ashley Biden's diary in 2020, sentenced to 1 month in jail.
Give me a second. I'll have to look back through this. I could be giving false information then, so I do want to make sure that I'm not.
Absolutely. I'm just reading a CNN article. She pleaded in the CNN article, for those who say belongings. In the headline of the article, it says diary specifically. The other thing I would say too is, and this is on video, is I'm in Montana, and the niece of my state senator was on TV, and Joe Biden reached around and pinched her nipple when she was a little girl. She is now grown up and said he absolutely did pinch her nipple, and it's on TV.
So can you go back? Can you go back? Sorry, I was reading something. What were you saying?
Yeah. So I said the other thing too is that Joe Biden pinched my senator's nipple of my senator's niece, and she said that he absolutely intentionally pinched her nipple when she was a little kid. So my point being is, I can find.
Are you saying this is in the diary?
No, not the diary. This is another reason. Another thing that Biden did.
I'm so confused. I didn't hear what you just said.
Okay, can you hear me?
What are you playing in the mic?
Oh, I'm not. Hold on. It's a.
What is this guy
sorry,
saying?
dude. Sorry, dude. It was an app. It was an alarm. But what I was saying is, Joe Biden came and visited Montana, posed with Steve Daines, who is my state senator. His niece was there, and Biden
was
reached
the name?
around.
Ashley Biden?
No.
Sorry.
No. I'm on another topic.
Yeah, I'm so confused what you're trying to reference, but go for it.
So, what I'm referencing is that there was a 9-year-old little girl on stage with Joe Biden. He reached around, pinched her nipple. She's an adult. She said he absolutely intentionally pinched her nipple on TV. There's a video you can watch.
Where can I see this?
His name, Steve Daines, is the senator.
What's the title?
And it's Steve
Wait, no,
Daines.
you said of Joe Biden, right?
Yeah, Joe Biden did this.
Okay, so can you tell me the title?
Sure.
Yeah, I'd love to see this.
Her name is Maria Piacesi, Piacesi.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Senator Daines, Senator Steve Daines, and it's on YouTube. Joe Biden pinching 8-year-old child on her nipple. And she said it absolutely did happen.
Pinching.
Yep.
9-year-old.
Yep.
All right, let's pull this up. So I have a Snopes fact check here that shows that it's unproven. That's the first thing that comes up.
Well, watch the video, dude. It's right on video.
Yeah, I'll look at the actual video.
Yeah, look at the actual video. He reaches around and pinches her nipple right on TV. And
so
I watched it. I watched it live.
What they say. Let me see the video. Is it on Rumble?
Nope. It's on YouTube, bro.
On YouTube? I mean, the first thing that comes up is on Rumble, but Rumble and Snopes.
Let's see here. Joe Biden.
I'm searching it up on YouTube right now.
Yeah, it's Quan Diggs is the guy that is the name of the guy.
You can see then Vice President Joe
What?
Biden.
What's the title?
It's Joe Biden pinching an 8-year-old child on her nipple. So I was mistaken. She wasn't 9.
This was during the
No,
ceremony.
what's the title? What's the title of the YouTube video so that I can search it up?
Sure. The title is Joe Biden pinching an 8-year-old child on her nipple.
Okay.
It was during a swearing-in ceremony.
Biden pinching 8-year-old on nipple. Let's see this. Is it? What's their name of the YouTube account?
It's Quan Diggs. Quandigzz.
Wait, what? Say that one more time.
Quandigzz.
Andigg what?
Z.
Okay. That person's not coming up.
Quan Diggs? It's
it's
right here. I'm on it watching it. It's 2 words. I'm sorry.
I
2 words.
see it.
Yeah.
Is this supposed to be a video of? I'm so
Yeah.
confused.
Yes, it's a video.
I don't see what they're talking
He reaches around with his hand and pinches her right on the nipple.
What?
Yes.
I don't
And
see
for
a
those people
What are you
for those
talking
people
about?
saying it's AI, this was done years ago. So AI wasn't a thing.
Okay, let me see.
And I think it's really sad because you know what? Trump's a flawed man. Biden's a flawed man. I don't excuse Trump.
What?
No. I said I don't excuse Trump for the things that he's done. He's done some horrible shit.
Let me see what.
But
Snopes
I don't
says about it,
excuse
'cause,
Biden either.
Wait, hold up. Literally, if you look at this specifically, let me see what Snopes says. Right. This is what was indicated, right? Because when I watched it, I don't know what you're talking about it, right? The article says specifically. Let me see. Here, let me give you.
So it was on C-SPAN in 2015. And I watched it live because I watched the swearing-in ceremony.
You watched this live,
Yes, I watched this live in 2015.
and you saw this in 2015.
Yes.
And
It was on C-SPAN. As a matter of fact, C-SPAN may even have the video archived. I don't know.
Yeah, so let's
Yes,
go
yes,
through
I
this.
did watch it in
We looked
2015.
this is what Snopes says. We looked at the actual video on C-SPAN around this, and it shows Joe Biden with his hand on a girl's shoulder as they pose for a picture.
And then it reaches around to her nipple and he pinches it.
One moment he's shifting away Biden's hand, which remains on her shoulder, and his hands moves lower down his arm. It is unclear if Biden did anything to PSSC, right, and any
PSSC.
claims that have been conjecture based on interpreting few hand movements in the video. But screenshots reportedly from PSC's TikTok account claim that the touching did take place, according to right-leaning blog Gateway Pundit, right? Which they
I
then
would say
respond
it was
to and says
according-
Pop Topic added comments that this was deleted. We looked into the username of the TikTok and there was reported an account with 71 followers that had been deleted. Based upon archives pages, the account appeared to have been active in July 2021, but we have unable to confirm if the screenshots were real. We attempted to contact this TikTok account directly to confirm if the information above was true, but the account is not following anyone, and so it could not receive any messages from us. We
Correct,
cannot at
but-
the moment confirm that this account actually belongs to Maria Piasecki. To this day, there's no concrete evidence, formal accusation, or actual investigation to support such claims against Biden. Only speculations based on video and photographs. The
How-
Biden
how
administration
old is-
has. Listen.
How old
the
is
Biden
that?
administ- Can I finish?
How old is that?
Can I finish?
Yeah.
reading this? The Biden administration has responded to other accusations of improper behavior that were derived from photographs and video of public events where he's been seen to be close to young girls. In 2020, Donald Trump Jr. shared an Instagram post implying Biden was a pedophile. In response, Andrew Bates, Biden's spokesperson, said no repulsive, manipulative tactic will change the subject, and how almost 90,000, what the fuck, that's a crazy thing to say from them. Biden also called Don Jr.'s pedophilia post sick, and was added, but he is his father's son. He was saying that about John Jr. And then it just provides the sources. So it says that there's no concrete evidence supporting these particular notions.
So she lives in my
There's
state.
just conjecture-based claims.
She lives in my state, and she
Wait,
said
it also said
absolutely
there's
did
there's no formal accusation that has concrete evidence.
Well, she hadn't filed a formal report, but she said it absolutely did happen. But an accusation is good enough against Trump.
You claim that, but you don't have any concrete evidence of that.
Hold on. You don't have concrete evidence that Donald Trump cheated on his SAT. You have a claim too, but you hold that against him.
Again, no, we can indicate probabilistic notions based upon plenty of different things that we mentioned. One. Two, if you want to mention this, that use the same standard that you use in order to qualify that Joe Biden had these particular standards. So I wasn't using that. Listen, I wasn't using that as a means to say that I believe in this. I was using that as a means to say that given your standard of evidence, it would then justify this particular claim that he is also, right, like someone who plagiarized, right? So the same standard used for justifying plagiarization in the context of Biden is the same way that you could justify it in that scenario. Is that clear?
Yeah, that is clear. Yeah, that's absolutely clear. No, I understand that, but and maybe not you personally, because you seem to be more intelligent than most people out there. See, I don't hide behind a party because I think both parties are absolutely corrupt and sick, to be honest with you. If there was a good third party candidate, I would vote for him. Not one that is crazy, but like I said, I watched the video. I saw it on C-SPAN. It's hard to see on a phone or on a little video, but it sure looks like it. And she said it happened.
Again, you don't have claims that you don't have claims for that, right? You don't have claims that she said it happened. 1, 2, you don't have you don't have any accusation. I don't know what you're talking about.
If you Google her name, there's plenty of things out there where she said that.
Show me. Again, I want to see this because I want to be able to provide accurate information, but that's not what this is indicating at all.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. All right. But in the meantime, everyone tap the screen to strike the 500,000 likes. Everyone share the live as well. I have a question. How do you feel about Trump specifically saying to a 10-year-old that he would be dating her in 10 years?
I think it's creepy and disgusting, just like I think sniffing heads is creepy and disgusting. I mean,
if you could provide me the video of that, I'd love to see that too.
Biden sniffing people?
Yes.
All right. So, the Billings Gazette.
Say that again?
Oh, I was just seeing if it was in the Billings Gazette, which is a local newspaper here in Montana.
Okay. Well, what's the title of the article so I can see it?
Hold on. I'm looking at it. I can honestly say I've only heard her say it on the radio here, so I don't know if there's a written article, to be honest with you. But KGVO, which is a local radio station that hosts people, definitely has talked about it.
Yeah, I'd love to see the video of it, though, and I'd love to see the actual evidence of something that's unaltered from fucking AI videos that Trump supporters make.
Yeah.
Again, no. I want actual legitimate proof the same way we would ask for actual legitimate proof as it relates to the context of Trump.
Oh,
and
no,
if you
absolutely.
can't provide that, why do we believe that, given that you wouldn't accept the same standards for Trump?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. I'm actually just going straight to C-SPAN.
Yeah, I'd love to see.
Yeah, sure. Let's see.
Give it a second for people to join up, everyone. Let's try to get to 500,000 likes as well. Share the live. I think we're on like the way to like 1,000 right now, everyone. If you want to look it up and come back, you can do that if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll look it up, man. Like I said, I only heard the radio interview that they did, but I heard from her own mouth that she said that. I mean, I'm not lying to you. I have no reason to lie about this.
Jerry, I'll follow, or Jeffrey, sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
I will follow you. Send me this information. I'd love to look over it.
Yeah. Absolutely, dude. Anyways, like I said, I'm not like a Trump fan. There's shit he does that I can't stand, but I'm just saying if I'm given those two people as a candidate, that's the one I'm going with. And
again, we can look at plenty of the other things, right? As well. And things that we can qualify at this current moment because we don't have the particular claims evidence for the claims right now. So again, we can talk about the context of the economic policy, which we see under Trump benefits rich people at the expense of poor people, right? We
See-
can see the lack of having people have access to healthcare as he wants to get rid of the ACA, right? And then also under the context of Trump, he's advocated for possibly cutting things like Medicare, Social Security, things like that, which we've also seen under these Republican policies when they are in office.
Well, see, here's the thing about Social Security. Years ago, they talked about letting me have a privatized system that I could put it
Bree,
in.
thank you for the subscription. Thank you so much.
And Social Security was started on the premise that nobody should have to live in poverty when they retire. It hasn't fulfilled its promise. It hasn't. You can't survive on Social Security. You have to have other retirements. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's literally a Ponzi scheme that will collapse.
No, so again, we need more effective measures to be able to fund Social Security for longer periods of time, right? Because again, the whole point of Social Security in the very beginning was to satisfy people for a few years, but things have changed due to modern medicine and science and stuff like that. So
we need to
obviously we need
to come
more
up with a better
effective
system.
fundings. We need a more effective funding mechanism for Social Security, but that doesn't mean we should take people off of Social Security.
I don't think we should kick people off, but for people like me, I got 20 years left. I would give you everything I've paid into it. I paid a lot for something different.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you want to do something different. I understand that. And I would like to do something different as it relates to the funding process, but that takes time to be able to reach those.
Yeah. If you were to just turn around and set $7,000 in every person's born account, let it sit in a mutual fund until they retire, they would have far more money than
They
we
would have
spend
$1 million.
on Social
They would
Security.
actually have $1 million by the time that
Correct.
they reach 65, which is actually my funding mechanism for Social Security. But that takes time to get into the system. It
Right,
takes
correct.
decades.
And I would agree with you there because something needs to change. That's what something needs to
Yeah.
be done.
Otherwise we can't fund it.
And here's the thing that I believe. Neither party is invested in that. They've talked about it for years. They've been talking about it.
Sure.
I think,
Yeah. I mean,
since
yeah.
was
I
18.
actually agree with you. Neither party has actually provided a fundamental fix to Social Security funding, and I think Republicans are just advocating to cut it or like to reduce how long we can get access to it. Whereas it doesn't seem like Democrats are actually providing like a funding mechanism to get around that.
Correct.
I think what I advocate for is the best alternative.
Yeah,
This
and
is actually, I mean, I think it's our only actually.
Yeah, and I think that's brilliant, dude. I think that's a brilliant idea, and I agree with you 100%.
It's what they would do in the private system anyway, and then it also
Yeah.
ensures that everyone has that baseline. Because the concern is that if you leave it up to the private, that some people who can't afford it, who don't pay into the system, are not going to be able to get access to benefits. They're going to be screwed over, and there's going to be no social services to help them. So this would make sure that we can ensure that, and it would also have a economically efficient mechanism for funding into the future.
Correct. And I think we would spend less money doing it more efficiently.
Yeah.
You know what, Parker? I'm going to run and let somebody else get up here, but I want to say I think you're a nice dude. Like, we can disagree. Like, here's the thing that people have lost. We can disagree politically, but I can still say I'd go drink a beer with you, that you're a good dude. So, I mean, like, we need to stop the hatred. That's what I hate. I hate the fact that I used to have friends that were on. I mean, I'm friends with people on both sides of the political spectrum because I'm a little more moderate, but I have friends that used to hang out that disagree, and now because of their philosophy, they can't talk to other people or they're evil people. Dude, you know, you people in the comments,
There are
you
certain
guys aren't
people I
bad
wouldn't
people.
want to talk to, but overwhelmingly, like, again, yeah, I think we should interact with each other. That's why I do these types of
Absolutely. And you people in the comments, you're not bad people. I'm not a bad person. I'm just a dude with 3 kids trying to survive, man, just like you guys. So I just want to leave everybody with that. And you have a good night, man.
You as well. All right, let's go to the next person. Everyone, only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. Let me get to the next person. We have a lack of guest requests today. I don't know what Foley's going on there. I do not know there. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? All right, let's go to the next person, everyone. Please only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
33.
For sure, will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Yes.
Why is that?
He's a lot better than Joe Biden.
And what makes you think that?
Well, the fact that you guys are all too scared of him running for president and so afraid of him winning proves that he'd be a good president.
I don't think that's true. If Hitler was running for president, would we think the same things?
We wouldn't be trying to get him elected. We would be trying to get him out of office.
I don't think that's true. If Hitler was running for president, would we think the same things?
We wouldn't be trying to get him elected. We would be trying to get him out of office. We wouldn't be trying to get him elected. We wouldn't be trying to get him out of office. We wouldn't be trying to get him elected. 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 We wouldn't be trying to arrested and keep him from running.
I have a question. Would you think the same things? Would like people not be wanting him to run, and then people would be like angry about that, right? But yet that would not be indicative of him being a good president. That would be indicative of him being a fucking terrible person.
No, that'd be him doing his job correctly.
What?
And
Dude, what,
having the
Hitler?
and having the liberals be so afraid of him.
No. Okay, again, we're not like, I'm not like afraid of Trump as an individual as me, right? What I am specifically saying is that I think that he's bad for the country. I'm afraid to what he would do to the country.
I mean, it can't be any worse than what Joe Biden.
What'd you say?
Can't be any worse than what Joe Biden's done.
Well, name one thing that's bad that Joe Biden has done.
Let's see, high inflation, gas prices.
How did he cause that?
Raising taxes.
So again, the tax policy still trumps, right? And that wouldn't cause inflation. Raising taxes would decrease aggregate demand, which would actually put downward pressure on prices.
Now, didn't he raise taxes on businesses and the rich, which would cause them to higher the prices on everything else?
Yeah, no. So no. The tax policy still trumps.
How's that Trump's? I thought Biden
Trump's
ran
tax policy is in effect through, well, all of the effects are through 2027.
I thought Biden ran on raising taxes for the rich.
Well, he wants and he believes those particular things and he wants to influence that in, but we're still under Trump tax policy.
Okay, and how about all the drilling that they've done?
Trump had less production of oil than Biden.
If that was the case, then the production of oil would have gone up under Trump.
We actually saw production of oil went up under Biden.
I know, it did go up under Biden.
Okay, so what's your point?
That's exactly my point. You said there was not enough oil during Trump's presidency.
No, that's not what I said. I said that that Biden produced more. That's all I was saying.
Right, which means that if there was less oil back when Trump was running as president, then that meant that it would have been a lot higher.
Say that one more time. I didn't quite get what you were saying there.
If there's more oil now than there was back when Trump was president, then there would
more oil that the U.S. is producing, right? We're getting less oil from Russia. We're getting less oil from OPEC, which means that global oil supply has decreased, increasing global commodity prices and increasing prices of gas in the U.S.
If it's it's increasing because of Joe Biden.
Wait, so you said oil production is increasing because of Joe Biden?
No, the prices.
And what makes you think that?
Because he's president, right? I mean, once it goes down, you all say, "Oh yeah, Biden made gas prices go down." So
again, did you know that gas prices were lower under Obama's administration comparative to Trump?
No, it's about the same.
But it was lower under Obama.
If so, not by much.
Yeah, that doesn't matter, right? You're still making the claim.
Not by like $2 or $3.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much. So what this indicates is that it's not specifically like the president here. Again, you keep associating it to be Biden. I don't know how Biden would have caused global gas inflation. Like, bro, come on.
I mean, the lack of drilling. I mean,
we literally have more production of oil now than under your administration.
Didn't he say he was going to stop fossil fuels?
We have more production of oil now than under Trump's administration.
Then why is gas prices so high then?
I already told you, because we have limited supply coming from OPEC and from Russia.
Okay, and why is it limited? Because he decided to stop fossil fuels, right?
Because OPEC limited their distribution, and Russia-Ukraine situation led to us getting less Russian oil, right? This would have happened regardless of Trump or Biden in office.
I don't think so. Also, let's talk about Trump fraud case. You do know he didn't commit fraud.
So you said you know that Trump didn't commit fraud?
Yeah,
Well, he was held liable for committing business fraud.
of course he was, because New York's ran by a bunch of dumbass liberals.
He said that his property was 30,000 square feet. How much was it?
I'm not sure, but I do know that
11,000. Ray.
know
Ray,
that's-
which number is vastly bigger, 30 or 11?
But when was that? Which year was that?
I'm just asking you, which one, right, is vastly higher, 30 or 11?
30, but what year was that when he reported it?
I can pull it up. Would you like me to?
Also, CNN came out and said that, oh yeah, if we seize his properties, we can get $100 million out of it.
I mean, so that there would be seizing
Wasn't that-
properties if they
wasn't-
can't pay.
But
So
wasn't that
it would be
what-
if he can't pay.
But he did pay. He paid the banks back with interest.
No. I meant like the paying of the court.
But wasn't about 100 million? Wasn't that about the amount your loan was?
He has to pay
taken
35,
out for?
355.
How much was that loan over? When he supposedly committed the fraud.
Say that again.
When he committed the fraud, when he took the loan out from the bank, how much was that loan that he said Mar-a-Lago was worth?
Yeah, so I'm not quite sure, but I do know that he overstated.
But I also know he paid it back with interest.
Yeah, I understand, but you understand that he's overvaluing and lying, right?
But he still paid it back. So how's that hurting anybody?
Right. If I drink and drive and I don't hit anyone, did I hurt anyone?
Okay, so if you want to go with that
Ray,
logic,
can you answer that?
then-
Ray, please. Did I hurt anyone?
No, but it's still illegal.
Did I commit a crime? Yes. So again, even
So-
though he didn't hurt anyone, he still committed a crime.
So you want to go with that logic? So how about the immigrants that are coming through the country? They still committed crime, right? Should they be arrested?
Yeah, so then we would ask the question, which crimes do we see to be justified? Which crimes do we see to be unjustified? Right? And I don't see it to be an unjustified crime for someone to come to this country, right, for a better life when it takes 5 to 7 years to come to this country legally.
But it's
I think that what
unjustified.
we need to do is we need to make everyone in this country, right, legal, right, if they're here in a genuine manner, if they haven't committed a violent crime, right? I think there's no issue there, right? Make everyone legal, and then we can make the process from 5 to 7 years to 6 months. And for people to say that they don't see certain crimes to be justified, I would heavily disagree with that.
I mean, it would've-
As like, for example, right, it would have been a crime, right, for someone to go 2 miles an hour over the speed limit, yet we see it to be justified for people to do it in plenty of circumstances. Okay, so again, it's about what we see to be justified, what we see to be moral, not necessarily about what is currently backed by the law.
But it's unjustifiable for the immigrants, so it should be unjustifiable for Trump because he paid that loan back with interest.
Dude, just because he paid it back doesn't mean anything. Like, I still think it's wrong for someone to drink and drive, right? If they didn't hit someone.
And it's still illegal for people to come into the country illegally, right?
Charles, thank you for the $1. Thank you so much. Just because it's illegal doesn't mean it's good. Someone said you're a troll. Is that true, Ray?
Am I a troll?
That's what they said. I'm not quite sure.
How would I be a troll? Just because I call people out?
Dude, I don't know. That's what they said.
I know, of course they'd say that.
I think they said you talked to Harry or something.
I've talked to Harry a few times.
And they said you're actually obsessed with him.
No.
You're
Nope.
not obsessed with him?
No.
Why not?
I can care shit about him.
You what?
I can care shit about him.
What do you mean?
It means I don't care about him at all. I don't care what happens.
And why don't you care about him?
Because he's a liberal.
Oh, so if someone's a liberal, you don't care about him?
I mean, not when they spout out flies.
What lie did Harry spout out?
So much lies.
What lie?
Oh, how about that bomb threat? That was a good lie. Huh.
He didn't lie there.
Sure he did.
What evidence do you have that he lied?
So how can a school sit there and say, "Oh, there was a bomb threat, but we didn't lock down the school at all"? Oh, so we went ahead and let Harry determine that.
Harry
there was
literally
no bomb
gave
threat.
evidence that there was a threat.
Yeah, over 2 weeks later, when someone wrote an article about it.
Okay, but so wait, so you said that it didn't happen?
Yeah, even when we called the New York.
Okay, so give me evidence.
They said that it didn't happen. They said they had no idea what happened.
Show me. Show me.
When you called them, that's what it said. How
You
can
called
I
you
show
called them specifically?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, a lot of people did.
Oh, really? So when you called them, right, what did they say to you?
They said there was no bomb threat that we were aware of, and this was the security guys at.
So if I talk to Harry right now, he would say that there was no bomb threat.
Of course, Harry's gonna say there was a bomb threat.
Why
because
would he lie about this, right?
To get a lot of information, to get the attention,
To get whose attention?
his audience's attention.
Why does he need that?
This was a long time ago, so you tell me. I mean, so he can get people to vote for Biden, so that way he can make people think Republicans are bad.
So this video is about Harry. This video is about Harry. This video is about Harry.
I know the one.
This video is about Harry. This video is about Harry as well. This video is about Harry. This video is about Harry. Is this video about Harry? Yes, this video is also about Harry.
The video about him.
Oh my god, this video is about Harry. Oh my god, so many Harry videos.
The one of him crying like a baby. That one was
Another Harry video? Another Harry video? Oh my god. Oh my god, another Harry video. Another Harry video.
You know, the one of him crying, that's my favorite.
Oh, look at it. Another Harry video. Oh, look at it. Another Harry video.
The video of him crying, that's my favorite.
Oh, look at it. Another Harry video. Oh, look at another Harry video.
What, are you upset that there was no videos of you?
Oh, look at it. Another Harry video. Dude, why do you have so many Harry videos? Why is your last name Sisson? Bro, what is going on?
I'm his daddy.
What? Say that again? Right?
My favorite video of him is him crying.
Why did you say that you're his daddy?
Look at the name.
Just because your name is Ray Sisson doesn't mean you're his dad.
You should ask him what his dad's name is.
So are you saying his name is that?
Yeah.
So are you saying that you doxed his dad?
No. His dad doxed himself.
So you're doxing his dad's name?
It's information you can find on Facebook.
So you're still fucked up. You're still fucked up.
How's that fucked up? How's that fucked up?
It's fucked up because it's fucked up because you understand that people out there that exist that don't have good intentions targeted towards him could use that to negatively impact someone in his family.
So was
do you have no humanity?
So was that fucked up when he doxed the old millennials information? Was
When did
that
he do
fucked
that?
up? He did that on Twitter.
When did you do that?
About back in October, he doxed the old millennials information.
How do you do that?
Posting his address, his real name.
Harry did not. There's no way Harry
Yes, he
did that.
Yes, Harry did do that.
When? Where did he post that?
He posted it on Twitter a while back.
On Twitter? He posted it on Twitter. So if I go to his Twitter right now, I'm going to find it.
Probably not, because he probably had to delete it after the whole.
So he
thing.
didn't. So there's no evidence that he did this.
Yeah, not now, because he probably.
So there's no
did it.
evidence.
Look,
Wait, so if there's no evidence, why do you believe it?
you could look at it because he did it at one time. I saw it.
Yeah, but you have no evidence.
It's on my old
Appreciate
phone.
the hand art. Thank you so much. Yeah, you should go. You should go
You
find
better-
that.
See. So it's okay for one, but not okay for the other. He doxed the old millennium.
I would be against doxing in any circumstance, but I don't think there's any evidence to indicate that he doxed someone.
Yeah, he did those all over Twitter at one point.
Here, let's think about it this way, right? If someone doxes another person, is it justified to dox that person?
No, but it's
No,
not
if it's not dox, if it's not, wait, it's not justified to dox that person, yet you're doing it right now?
It's not doxing if
It
it's
literally is.
public knowledge.
It is. It
No,
is.
it's not.
It is. Technically, most of our addresses are public information. That doesn't mean that you're not doxing someone if you give it out on a public platform, because that information was not known prior. Even if it's easy, it's still not good to do this because you're predisposing people towards more harm.
Actually, it was on Harry's. His dad was actually on his Instagram, so it's really not doxing.
Dean, did I what? Did I join Dean's live on my second account?
But yeah, my favorite video was Harry crying at the New York Capitol. I mean, wasn't that a funny video?
I was an impersonator. Lol. Sorry, what were you saying?
I said my favorite video was of Harry crying at the New York City courthouse. Wasn't that?
Why would
really
you? Why would
funny?
you? So he was crying. Can you show me?
You look at my video. You obviously saw my video, so
Oh, let's
go
click
look
on it.
up.
Let's see your video.
He was crying at the New York Capitol because he was losing in debates. He was getting confronted.
Is it the Harry's a crybaby?
Yeah, that one.
His name is Harry Sisson. What does he do? He just said, writing. Why is he not? He gets paid from them. He's getting paid? Yeah. When he's getting paid, he should dress better, no? Walk his nose he's wearing. Okay, so who's still no, what are you?
He's not even crying.
What is this guy doing right? Yo, are you 12?
So there's literally no crying.
Yo, are you crying right now? So tell me how is that?
He's not even crying.
Yeah, he is.
You can't even answer the question. How is that doing your job? Like, that was more blatant.
Poor Harry.
Whatever, little bro. Yeah, so you're asking me to. Yo, let's fucking go. So wait, are you his dad?
He didn't cry at all. Where did he cry?
Wait, did you don't see his face?
No.
Yeah.
I don't. Oh no, I did see his face. I don't see him crying.
Yeah, he was definitely crying.
I literally watched it and he wasn't.
He looked like he was crying too.
Okay, so here's what I'm just gonna tell you. Stop doing this shit. That's crazy. Don't do this. If you consider doxing bad, don't do it. What the fuck is wrong with you? Be a nice person. Are you Christian?
I'm Christian.
Why would Jesus condone this behavior?
If the guy's spreading lies.
Ray, would Jesus condone this behavior? No,
If they were
Jesus would.
spreading lies.
Jesus would not condone this behavior. So what I want you to do is I want you to stop doing this. Okay, Ray, this is not good. Okay, now I'm gonna go on to the next person, but I hope you stop this. Okay.
Yeah, fat chance of that happening.
Yeah, so you should do it. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Hello? All right, let's go to the next person. Everyone, only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Me? I'm 42.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Yeah, damn fucking right I will. You want to know
Why
why?
is that?
Because the way this freaking country is going right now, it's going to hell in a friggin' handbasket real fucking quick. I can't wait for this guy to get in November and I get round up every single one of these motherfuckers coming from this fucking border and send them back to the country they're fucking coming from. The Americans don't want it. The legal people don't want it. Get them all, send them back to the border. They're not refugees. They're not asylum seekers. Get the fuck out. Come and do it legally.
Asylum seeking is a legal process in the United States. You know
you
that?
know what? Hey, you Democrats can call it what the hell you fucking want, all right?
Oh, it's not what I'm calling
Yeah,
it. Under
no, no.
U.S. legal
Listen,
code, it's
listen.
legal.
Every single community, every taxpayer is having to pay for people that are coming here friggin' illegally. And you know what? I don't care what the hell
People
he's
who
done.
come here
I don't care
undocumented
what the hell
actually
he's
provide
done.
more
Here's
to
another
the country
thing
than
I'll
they
tell
take
you.
from it. I have a
Here's
question.
another-
Are you Christian?
Yeah, I am. Don't bring
So would
Jesus
Jesus
into
turn
this.
away people
Don't
like
bring
this?
Jesus into this. Don't bring.
Would
Don't bring
Jesus turn away
into this.
people like this? Did Jesus advocate for these types of policies?
Hey, guess what? God turns people away every single fucking day.
Wait, so Jesus would turn away immigrants that are just coming for a better life?
Yeah, you're damn right he would.
He would? Okay,
Yeah,
so
he
Jesus
would.
would deport. Jesus would deport people.
Jesus doesn't deport people, dude.
Oh, if
Stop
Jesus
bringing-
doesn't deport people,
Here's
why would
another
you?
thing. Here's one more thing I'll tell you because I know
You should
got a
love
lot
thy
of
neighbor.
people
You
on
shouldn't
here.
deport them.
You got a lot of people in here. I
Outsiders,
can't-
you should love thy neighbor. Don't deport them, right?
I do love thy neighbor. I am
So,
Christian.
so then you shouldn't deport them, right?
No, because I live in a
Oh,
country.
so if you shouldn't deport them, well then why do you advocate
I
to deport
live in
them?
a country.
Christian,
that is
thank you for the
going-
$5.
I live in a country that's going to crap. Here's one more thing I'll tell you. I can't wait for him to get back in power and hit that fucking red button
Hal, thank you for the $6.16. Thank you so much. What red button?
and blow Iran out of the fucking water.
So you think that Trump is going to nuke Iran?
I think he's going to shut down Iran real friggin' quick.
You think he's going to nuke Iran?
I'm not necessarily saying that they're actually going to use the.
No, you just said that you want Iran to be nuked. So do you
you know
want
what? Why
do you
not?
want population centers in Iran to be nuked?
I don't care about Iran.
Do you care about the people in Iran?
I don't care about the Ukraine. You want to know who I care about?
Who?
This country. This country.
I have a question. If
The
a
thing
genocide
is,
happens in another
America-
country, do you care about
America-
that?
What?
If a genocide happens in another country, do
I
you
don't
care about that?
Why should I care about another
Okay, do you care
country
about the
when-
Holocaust?
Don't care about the Holocaust.
No,
Sorry.
you don't care?
I don't because it doesn't bother me. It doesn't affect me. Right?
Do you care? Are you pro-life? Are you pro-life?
America needs to take care.
Are you
of
pro-life?
their own. America needs to take
Are
care
you
of the
pro-life?
veterans. The veterans. The
Are you
homeless
pro-life?
people. What?
Are you pro-life?
Yeah, I am.
How the fuck does it impact you?
It doesn't impact me.
So
Okay?
exactly. So why do you fucking think people should be restricted from getting
Right.
access to abortion then?
The most important thing that America is doing is not taking care of the veterans, the homeless people, and the people inside this friggin' border. Yet again,
I
they
agree.
said-
We should take care of homeless people. We should take care of people in this country that don't have basic amenities.
Right.
But we can also engage in immigration as well.
So that's just me. I've not been on TikTok.
It's very
for-
Christian to not care about
Hey,
people
you know what?
worldwide. It's very Christian to not
I
want to
don't
support
care.
the poor.
I
It's very
don't
Christian, right, to uphold
Sorry.
the values
You
that
can
you've
bring-
just mentioned on my
you can
live.
bring
Sandra,
Chris-
thank you for the $20 on Cash App. Thank you so much, Sandra. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. W.
bring
Sandra, thank you so
Christianity
much.
All you want. At the end of the day, everyone's got their own opinion. You're entitled to yours. I'm entitled to mine. I think that this country is going to shit real fucking quick. And if you don't see that, then you need to have your brain tested because you have to see that this country is not going exactly very well.
What's not going good is that people don't have health care in this country. What's not going good is that people are living paycheck to paycheck. What's not going good is that people can't afford a random $400 expense. What's not going good is that real GDP in this country is increasing while real median income is not subsequently increasing. That means rich people in this country are hoarding money. Appreciate the hand, thank you so much, at the expense of the median person in this country.
Amen.
Okay?
Amen. Amen.
Okay, so that's an issue with Trump's trickle-down policy where he took money from poor people and gave it to rich people. That's the fault of the trickle-down policy that's been supported by Republicans that have consistently eroded the middle class in this country. That's due to the anti-union policies supported by Donald Trump and supported by Republicans in the modern era, which have eroded unions in this country and eroded workers' bargaining power with actually being able to hold their employers accountable for increasing their wages.
What's more important? Security of the country, or the fact that you're not making enough money or you're not working hard enough?
What? I'm so confused what this false dichotomy is.
If you can't afford it, go work harder.
You saying go work harder to people that don't have health care and the people that don't have basic necessities is a crazy view.
Go work harder.
Okay, what about disabled people?
Listen, I'm an immigrant.
I have a question, outsiders. Disabled people, should they just work harder?
Disabled people should be covered more than enough.
Okay, people who are older, 65 plus, people who are retiring, should they just work harder?
Again, they should already be covered enough to
They should be covered. Kids that don't have health care, should they be covered?
Yes.
Why shouldn't I or you be covered?
I don't have health care. I can't afford health care.
You should.
But
you should be able to.
My kids have health care. My kids have health care.
Mandy, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. You can't afford it, and you don't acknowledge that this system needs a fucking fix?
I can't. Listen, I'm a small business, so I can't afford $1,500 a freaking month to have fucking health care.
Oh my God, Grandma, thank you so much. I appreciate the baby dragon. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So then why don't you support universal healthcare policies like they have in other countries around the world that provide people access to healthcare at a less expensive cost, right? And for better health outcomes. They have better health outcomes. And it is the case that they spend half as much per individual on healthcare expenditure than we do here now in the United States. Thank you for the sunglasses.
Because to me, security of the border and the security of the country is more fucking important.
You can have security of the country and also ensure that people can come to this country faster. You can have security of the country. You can ensure that people have basic necessities that they need. What are you talking about?
It's never gonna happen, dude.
What's never gonna happen?
The fact that the fact that people are still gonna come and try to say that the middle class need to be supported more. It's never going to happen. It never has, and it never freaking will.
We can support the middle class more. I'm engaging in advocacy for policies in which would do that, and we can make these conditions better. As soon as you assume that we can never do this, we will lose. As soon as you vote in people who,
it's never going to happen.
As soon as you vote in people who undermine our American process, our American democratic process, the sooner we are close to not being able to do these things. Grandma of Nine, thank you so much for the galaxy. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yes, I am an immigrant. Yes, I am. But I can't rely on.
Do you think it should take
else.
5 to 7 years on this to come to this country on average?
It took me. I spent $8,000, and it took me.
Should it take 5 to 7 years to get to this country on average?
Hell no. Because
okay,
by then
so then again, the current process that
sailed.
exists under our system is not justified. The fact that it takes
stupid.
5 to 7 years on average.
Yeah, and it's stupid. It's ridiculous.
So we shouldn't take that long. It's ridiculous. So you actually agree more, Mandy. I appreciate the hand art. Thank you so much. With Democrats, Democrats are advocating for the system to go faster.
But there has to be a way or a system where, my brother wants to move over here. I can support him, right? But I got to get in line and wait for the other freaking goddamn near how many freaking thousands, tens of thousands of people because there's a line. He's got to wait 2 or 3 years to even get his paperwork looked at. it's a shame that we are going this route. It's a shame that the rich people, it's corporate. It's all corporate. You know, it's all about the 1%. BlackRock. You know who BlackRock is, right?
Yeah, investment firm. So again, what I don't think you're understanding is that the system that you're supporting as it relates to Donald Trump is not benefiting people in this country that actually need benefits and need help. Okay? That's the fundamental point here.
I care about security. And every single veteran cares about security. Every single patriot cares about security.
Mandy, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. And I care about security of this country as well. I'm not disputing that, but I think that the process right now doesn't actually produce security. I think this process that we exist in this country produces insecurity. If you actually care about security, you'd want to make sure that people have access to basic necessities, things like healthcare, education, things that actually produce security. Right? What you're not understanding is that you're okay with security as it relates to the context of enforcing things with weapons, but you're not okay with economic security. Okay, and that's a fundamental ridiculous point, because if you call yourself a patriot, if you say that this country should be better off, well then why shouldn't that apply to every American in this country?
I think the country is better off with the government out of every single bloody person's ideas, let them make and do their own decisions, and back off. Period.
So again, I don't think you say that. If someone wants to murder someone else, you don't think that the government should step away, right?
I didn't say murder. I say
so the government still has particular things they're justified in jumping in. So what do you want less government in? What do you want less government in?
What I'm saying is, get the hell out of the freaking education system. Get the hell out of the healthcare system.
But what do you want less government in? You're not answering that question. You want less government? Wait, sorry, you were answering. You want less government in education?
State-run education, for one.
Wait, so you want privately run education?
State-run education.
No, what do you want them not to be in? So, yeah, I was asking the right question.
Federal education does not work. Federal education funding also can go down to a state level to increase
okay, so you think that should be statewide?
Level.
Okay, so you know that these funding go to the states, right? This funding goes to the states.
No, it doesn't. Bullshit. It does not go to the states.
Yes, it does. That's where the grants go. What are you talking about?
No, it does not.
It goes to state and local. Yes, it does. What are you talking about? Do you know what federal grants are?
They also have to abide by federal regulations in what education they can and
yeah, but they
cannot
still give
teach.
this.
So I could talk to you forever about it. Yes, I can, by the way. To the guy, I forget, Ronnie.
Okay.
So,
how do you feel about Trump losing in 2020?
The guy basically should have shut his mouth up and stopped getting on Twitter, and he might have won.
Okay, so he did lose. So do you dispute Trump saying that he won the election?
People think that people think that it was a friggin' election fraud and that he got friggin' robbed. Need to get their friggin' heads checked. Okay.
I agree with you. So Trump needs to get his head checked.
Probably. I don't know, dude.
So why do you want to vote for him?
Because he's the lesser of two evils, and he's the one.
How is he the lesser of two evils?
Dude, Biden's gone. Biden's done. He was done when he got into office, right?
How is Trump the lesser of two evils?
Because he's the one person that's going to put America back to the top.
You keep saying all these things like he's going to bring us back to the top, but you're not giving any reason to believe why.
For security-wise...
You keep saying security. Why? Why?
Let me remind you. What was the one thing that he did in the first 2 months of office?
What is the one thing that Biden did in the first 2 months of office?
Trump. Regarding security.
I'm not quite sure what you specifically want to be referencing.
He was the one. Within the first 2 months, he dropped the Moab. on ISIS.
Okay. So, like, you're supporting of Trump's warlike actions, but not in support of...
Yeah, you know what? Because it's the one thing that everyone needs to freaking recognize. Fuck around and find out. Fuck around and find out.
So, you're in support of big government when it relates to military and when it relates to immigration?
Yeah, damn right.
So, you want the government involved in your life then, but you don't want the government involved in your life as it relates to giving poor people access to health care, or giving poor people or homeless people access to housing. Okay?
I want the government to do what is necessary to prevent all this idiocracy. We don't need to spend money to go into Ukraine. That's a constant ongoing war that could have been ended years ago.
Do you know what the Budapest Memorandum is?
What?
Do you know what the Budapest Memorandum is?
Yes.
What is the Budapest Memorandum?
We have to support the Ukraine because they gave up their weapons, and we have to support
Their nuclear
them.
weapons, so we do. So, okay, so you're saying we shouldn't defend them even though we signed a treaty. So any other country that signs a treaty, any other country that signs a treaty with the United States as it relates to the context of nuclear denuclearization, right, probably wouldn't take into account what the U.S. agreed upon if they don't follow their agreements as it relates to the context of Ukraine. That's the reason why we'd be giving funding. The point that we need to say here is that there has to be legitimate good reason as to why we're giving money. I agree. There is no legitimate good reason we should be giving money to Israel. Right? We shouldn't give any money to Israel.
No, right? No, we shouldn't, but we do.
Yeah, I agree. We shouldn't, though. The point that I would make is that we shouldn't give money to Israel. There are reasons to give money to Ukraine,
Iran.
Right?
We're giving money to Iran. We're giving money to Venezuela.
Wait, can you give me wait, what specific money are we giving to Iran?
We're giving money to enemies.
What specific money are we giving to Iran?
I was listening to an interview last week. It was some person being interviewed. They were talking, I forget the person, one of the senators were questioning him about sending money to Venezuela, the sanctions for Venezuela, and also sending, I think it was £9 billion through Qatar to the bank.
The festival, thank you so much.
That they were releasing to Iran. Something like that?
No, so releasing their own money, you mean?
Giving money to Qatar, and then the Qatar bank was basically releasing money to Iran or something like that. It's just...
Yeah, okay. So can you give me a specific thing that shows that?
I'd have to...
Joe, I appreciate the hanging lights. Thank you so much.
See, what is this... Marcel Mukafadi, whatever. Do I pay taxes? Yeah, I do pay taxes. You want to know how much taxes I get taxed every year? 35%. Do I complain about it? No.
Sure. All right. Well, so my question is, why do you want to vote for someone that's...
You want to know why I'm saying that they should not be giving money to Venezuela, Iran, Ukraine?
I still don't know that they're giving money to Venezuela and Iran. If you're talking about Ukraine, why specifically Ukraine?
They're not actually getting the money. The money funding is going to BlackRock that makes the military weapons.
Outsiders.
Their companies.
Can you give me evidence that it's going to BlackRock?
Dude,
wait. When was BlackRock a defense company?
BlackRock is one of the most major trillionaire companies that focused on financial management.
Outsiders. BlackRock doesn't develop weapons.
Their companies.
You have no clue what you're saying. That was just a buzzword, bro. You just used a buzzword.
BlackRock.
Since when were they a defense? Since when?
They own multiple thousands of companies that invest in military weapons, financial building.
Wait. In terms of stocks, because they're an investment company. In terms of stocks, they own money across the entire U.S. economy. They own stocks across the entire U.S. economy.
They own stocks across the entire world.
Yeah, it's called diversification, outsiders.
The money goes to BlackRock.
No!
Yes, they do.
Outsiders, you have no clue what you're saying.
Yes, it does.
No.
It doesn't go to the Ukraine.
What are you
It doesn't
talking
go
about?
to Venezuela. Look deeper.
You know that the defense, the weapons and stuff are going to Ukraine. They absolutely
yes, they are. But it's going through BlackRock.
Prove it.
I'm never going to be able to prove it because it's hidden.
I fucking wonder why. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable.
So that's just me. That's my little tidbit, you know. But anyways, I'm sure there's a whole bunch of other people on. It's been a great conversation.
All right. For sure, man.
And,
All right, peace out. Let's go to the next person. Everyone, only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024. Everyone, love y'all so much.
You doing?
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
What are you doing? Are you being goofy? Are you being goofy?
All right, let's go to the next person. Everyone, only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, I'm 20 years old. I turned 21 and
Yeah, are you going to
2
vote
weeks.
for Trump in 2024?
As of right now, I'm leaning towards Trump, but that is subject to change, my friend.
Are you
'Cause,
driving?
I'm not driving. I'm in the car currently, but I'm not driving.
For sure. So yeah, can you say I'm the person who's driving? Say hi real quick.
All right, I lied. Can I join in like 15 minutes when I get off the wheel?
This guy, bro. He said, all right, I lied, man. I lied. Just a little bit. Just lied a little bit. Just a teeny bit, you know? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh.
Hello? Okay, let's go to the next person. Everyone, only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. You look tired, Parker? The bags in my eyes, they're genetic. Yo, Raymond, thank you for the $4.20. Thank you so much. Hope everyone's celebrating, having a great day. Fantastic. Fantastic day. Let's get this next person, everyone. Today's a good day, very good day. Good, incredible. So good. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hi, 22.
Are you going to vote for Trump in 2024?
I am.
For sure. Why so?
So there's a couple of reasons. I think so. Agenda 47. I'm sure you are. You're pretty familiar with everything. One of the things is I live in Denver, and Denver is one of the top 5 most populated homeless. And the homeless crisis is insane. And I think that Trump's plan for it would be pretty well. There's a pretty big misunderstanding that he's going to arrest people for being homeless, but that's not the case. I like that on his agenda. I also like the term limits for president.
Oh, no. Before you do that, tell me what specifically he's going to do with homeless people.
Yeah, so it'll be tent cities. So it would be pretty much he's gonna, I don't know if you've seen the clip of him, so I could find it if you want me to, but he is going to, in the most populated homeless cities, he's going to have tent cities, which isn't necessarily the same as like a homeless shelter, but it's just in an initiative.
So tent cities, isn't that literally homelessness still?
Well, but it would be in a more confined area.
So a confined area, so a camp.
Well, yeah, and there's still resources there for them. So it wouldn't be necessarily like a homeless shelter. I'm not sure how familiar you are with like homeless shelters and what, like how hard it is to get in one and stay in one. But pretty much the initiative is just to get them off the street. Are you from LA or am I mistaken? Yeah, and so LA has one of the highest homeless populations, and so the initiative is just to get them off of the public streets and having their personal tents. And
So would this be
around
like
there.
imprisonment of people, like technically?
No, because they still technically
Can they
have. They can, so that's kind of where there's kind of a black area that Trump hasn't addressed yet.
Really? So you don't
but-
know if they would be able to leave. So if they can't leave, that's an internment camp.
Yeah. If they can't leave, but he's never said if they can or cannot. But one of his main things is to offer that if they decline the help there's a misunderstanding that they're going to be arrested and taken to jail if they don't. But no, it's that he said this himself. Let me try to find this video, but it's for rehabilitation. And this isn't to say that everybody, because I know there are plenty of homeless people who found themselves in an unfair and non-fault situation that left them houseless. But I mean, you can't argue that a large majority of the United States homeless population are severely deep into mental health and substance abuse crises.
So again, I'm asking you, how is this going to benefit homeless people?
It's going to give them, I guess, benefiting them in a way. So they already, this is
arrest them right now.
No, because they do have, you just said you live in LA. You know, there are so many food banks. There are so many rescue missions and everything like that. But it's up to them to choose if they want to use them or not. But I think it all kind of boils down, of course, to the housing crisis. But it will help them by giving them a place to get clean, to get sober, to get the resources they need, to have a secure place. It's also safer if they're in a confined area rather than just being under a highway underway.
Wait, say that one more time, actually.
That I mean, I think it would be safer for them to be in a monitored and secure confined area.
You mean like imprisoned?
Okay, but they can leave.
Become unlivable,
Yes.
unsanitary nightmares, surrendered to the homeless, the drug addicted, and the violent and dangerously deranged. We're making many suffer for the whims of a deeply unwell few, and they are unwell indeed. The homeless have no right to turn every park and sidewalk into a place for them to squat and do drugs. Americans should not have to step over piles of needles and waste as they walk down a street in a beautiful city, or at least once beautiful city, because they've changed so much over the last 10 years. Our first consideration should be the rights and safety of the hardworking, law-abiding citizens who make our society function. When I'm back in the White House, we will use every tool, lever, and authority to get the homeless off our streets. We want to take care of them, but they have to be off our streets. There is nothing compassionate about letting these individuals live in filth and squalor rather than getting them the help that they need. We need professionals to help them. For a small fraction of what we spend upon Ukraine, we could take care of every homeless veteran in America. Our veterans are being treated horribly. Likewise, with all of the money we will save by ending mass unskilled migration, we will have a huge dividend to address this crisis in our own country. Under my strategy, working with states, we will ban urban camping wherever possible. Violators of these bans will be arrested, but they will be given the option to accept treatment and services if they're willing to be rehabilitated. Many of them don't want that.
So here's the point.
Well, and that part was kind of important.
Listen, so you'd say that he is going to arrest homeless people?
If they decline having the opportunity to have those rehabilitation,
What if they aren't on drugs?
then they don't
What
need
rehabilitation is there? So
Then
then,
they don't need it.
they're
That's
just
not-
arrested.
that's
What
not-
happens?
Well, that's not what he's not going to arrest them for that. That's not.
He
the
just
point.
said that they arrested
They
them.
would then, if they're not on drugs and they actually are looking to build themselves a better life and go back, they would go to these camps that have the resources for job interviews.
So they're forced to go into these camps.
Okay, but you're saying it camps as if it's like the Holocaust. It's not like that. So I guess I mean, first of all, I'll say if I was homeless,
Do you want to finish this and see
I
what he
mean,
says?
if I would, well, let me say this first, and then I do want to finish it. Yes, if I was homeless, hell yeah, I'd want to do drugs too. But like, they shouldn't, be
I don't
doing
think
it.
I don't think you saying that homeless people
Well,
just take drugs is like a
No,
good
I
representation of homeless
already
people.
said that there are plenty of people who found themselves in it's a stereotype. I know
Let's
it is.
listen to this. It
But
is a
wait, let me
stereotype.
finish this one sentence, and then I want you to finish
Then
it.
open up large parcels of inexpensive land, bring in doctors, psychiatrists, social workers, and drug rehab specialists, and create 10 cities where the homeless
Wonderful.
can be relocated
10
and their
cities.
problems identified.
I don't disagree with specialists and psychiatrists and people like being able to help and whatnot and like helping people and whatnot, but I don't think tent cities is the way to do it.
What do you, well,
And I don't think like criminalizing people is
so
the way
here's
to
the
do it
thing.
either.
Do you know how much in taxes, me and you live in blue states, taxes that we pay that we are told will go to combating homelessness? And they do not. Nothing is done. And I believe Trump
You
will
just got age restricted. I have to go on to the next person. It's probably because she mentioned drugs or something. All right, let's get to the next person, everyone. Please only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. I'm trying to get to the next person real quick. Please only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all.
What's up, Parker?
Yeah, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18, born in 2005.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
I sure will indeed.
And why is that?
Just because he's been a good president, just in my perspective, he's been a good president.
And what did he do that was good?
I mean, there's a lot of things he did that was good. I mean, like he was there. Like it's hard to explain, but like he's been a good president for every country. Like he's been there for like when COVID and stuff. Like he was good. He was good there.
How was he good on COVID? Name one thing he did that was good on COVID.
I mean, he made vaccines, he made COVID vaccines.
He didn't make them, but Operation Warp Speed helped that. Is that the only thing that you'd say?
I mean, I would say, yeah, but otherwise,
That's
like,
it?
huh?
That's it?
I'm yeah, I guess, yeah.
What about the fact that he tried to undermine the virus? He tried to always act like it wasn't a big thing. What about him saying that masks aren't effective and not wearing masks, refusing to do so? What about the fact that it took him literally months to prevent people coming from places in which there could have been people who could have brought the virus from coming to the country? Things like that.
I mean, where did you get that information where you said that people are not allowed to wear a mask?
I never said that people weren't allowed masks. He actually wouldn't wear a mask himself.
Well,
until way later in the pandemic. He refused it.
That's probably because he probably didn't go places,
He did. He's president.
I mean, he's always at the White House, isn't he not, though?
He is leaving the White House consistently, meeting with people.
I mean, where else?
And he's also supposed to be something that everyone looks up to. So he probably should do it. And I would say the same thing for other, politicians. There are politicians on the Democratic side that didn't fully do stuff like that as well. But the point is that we're critiquing that.
Yeah, I mean, I get where you're coming from, but would you vote for Trump?
No. Why would you?
I mean, like I said, he was he made the gas prices lower, a lot cheaper.
How did he do that?
How am I supposed to know this information, Parker? I don't look any of this stuff up.
Then why do you believe it?
I mean, come on.
There were lower gas prices under Obama? Did you know there was more oil production under Biden's administration than Trump's?
That's because I wasn't born when Obama was president. I was born in 2005. You expect me to What? That makes no sense to me.
You
What?
were born literally 3 years after me.
You were born way before I was, though.
3 years?
I mean, yeah, you were born before I was. What do you want?
Wow,
me to
dude.
do? What?
Dude, that's like me saying to someone that was born in fucking 1999, being like, you were born 3 years before me. 3 years.
Okay. Just like how like the gas prices when Joe Biden was, or not Joe Biden, Donald Trump was president. I feel like Donald Trump is gonna win this time. I'm hoping he does, but if not, I don't really know who to vote at this point. But just for me, I would say I vote for Donald Trump just because, you know, made the gas prices lower, you know, made a lot of things better when he was president, you know. And there's Dean. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I don't think that you have any evidence to indicate that he specifically did this. Do you have any evidence to indicate that? And if you don't have any evidence, stop believing that.
So I'm 18, so I can vote. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
so that's why I want you to be informed. That's why I want you to critically think here.
So are you just here for me to think? Like, what are you trying to do here?
I'm here to get you to critically think about the election.
Okay. Oh God, this is so Hello, Dean, what's up? Yes, sir, Dean. Yes, sir.
What the fuck is?
It was my intro.
Oh my God.
Your intro, Dean. Really. Your intro. What's up?
An intro is crazy, bro.
I've never seen that intro before. What's up?
It's so much more awkward when someone walks in.
You know, I would think, right? I would hope so, dude.
Wait, hold up. You guys are in different rooms, right?
Anyways, you said the gas prices under Biden were higher than they were when they were under Trump, and this is good reason for you to vote for Trump in comparison to Biden. So this is going to be a correlation causation fallacy, right? Unemployment was significantly higher under Trump than it was under Biden, 14.2%. But I'm guessing you wouldn't necessarily associate this with
I got age restricted. You're so great, dude.
Dude, did you not hear my age? I just said my age. What?
I got age restricted.
I was about to cook.
So I'm guessing what you have to kick me that I'm guessing, or
no? I got age restricted on my live. That means that my live is gonna stop getting pushed out because of some random reason.
Okay. Anyways, where were we?
Damn it, dude. Are you just
No,
gonna,
it's really annoying.
play
I
it
don't
out?
know if we should restart now because that kind of like fucks the algorithm like really hard for the rest of the night.
For real.
Like right when you came over here too. That's so tough.
I don't think I did anything. I was talking about gas prices.
I don't think I did anything either, chat.
Did I do
That's so
anything?
weird.
Did I do anything?
Not to my knowledge.
Maybe did I say something that got you?
Should we restart, chat? I mean, I guess we can.
I mean, if you want to, yeah, you can. I mean, if you got what, Dean? What's so funny?
Your input is very important, Cobra Kai.
Do you remember me?
I do.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've been on your live before.
I
All right,
remember
Dean. Should we
people.
do a restart? Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah, you said that you were going to be live until 11. I mean, I'd say that 2 hours.
Yeah,
is,
we
enough
still
to
got a
restart.
few hours. Yeah.
Well, for me, it's already 11:17.
All right, everyone, follow me here real quick, y'all. I will be right back. I'll be right back.
All
I'm gonna hit a
3,000
restart.
of you. All 3,000 of you. Come
And this is
over.
only because I know that it's not going to push everyone. Like, we're going to have a decent amount of people in here, but it's not going to push. So we're going to hit a restart real quick. Be
Wait.
right back, everyone. Give me 1 second, y'all.
Real quick. Should we do an IRL co-host?
Yeah,
Should
you can just be right behind me. Yeah, just come over here.
Beautiful.
All right, and then you can use your headset to like hear people.
Yep.
Me? Oh, I thought you were talking to me. Oh.
Okay, I'll see y'all.
Well, hey, okay, I didn't know if you were talking to me or not, because
You're good, dude. Don't worry, man.
Because I'm wearing a headset too, so I didn't know if you were talking to me or Dean.
No, you're